Let's go. Let's go forward and say, everyone, quickly introduce your goblins that you made over the week. Start with Dolvar.
All right.
Go forward and say, everyone,
Squee
quickly
is
introduce.
a cleric of death and is looking forward to killing as many things as possible. I think that accurately sums up the extent of his motivations.
Love him. Perfect. David.
Akka is a goblin bard who plays the lyre, the trumpet, and the didgeridoo. He is looking forward to chronicling the heroic adventures of his band of goblins.
Original. Sounds great. Flint.
Alright, so Roxy is the rogue. She is pretty much interested in stealing all of their shiny shit. All of it.
Fun. Sounds good. J-Mart.
All right, Gorg is a ranger who has dedicated his life to hunting humans and wants to hunt more humans than have ever been hunted before.
I like these goals. These goals are pretty in line. Chris.
Fizzbuzz is basically an urchin, grew up poor, and learned to be a monk so that he would never be at a disadvantage. As far as life goes, he wants to be rich and not have to worry about anything anymore.
So you all took the goblin route of we want to kill people and we want to has things, which I appreciate. It makes it a lot easier to say this is an evil little bit that we're gonna do. It's gonna be wonderful.
Awesome.
So before we get started, I will say that as I'm going through that session recording to see that I asked you to do the intros for, it turns out I say and ah a lot. Like a lot. I didn't realize you guys had to put up with that so much until I cut out a half an hour of just me saying and
That's fine, I use like every other word.
I didn't even notice you were doing that.
Neither did I.
In natural speech, it's completely normal, but in recorded speech, it's really stands out. It's actually why, what's the name of that writer? Not Quentin Tarantino. Damn it. It's a guy a lot like Quentin Tarantino who writes really natural dialogue like that. That's why he stands out, because people say,
It is impressive how much I had to cut out because it was just nothing. It was saying nothing. Does anyone have theirs ready, or like Flint, just waiting?
Define's ready.
You have 30 seconds that you can say out loud.
Oh, that thing.
Yes.
I guess. Yeah, sure.
Is it supposed to be a full
say-
30 seconds?
I was going to say it might be better to do it at the end of a session so we have a chance to get in character.
Well, sure. That'll work fine, too. No, it doesn't have to be a full 30 seconds, just like roughly, I guess. I come from the View Height. Just a little bit to tell who your character is in 30 seconds, much like we did with goblins. Also, I'm going to take this opportunity to pimp out the Google form again. I'm no longer going to ask for feedback at the end of the sessions. You guys can submit as many forms as you want. They'll all get recorded and they're anonymous unless you write down your name. You can fill in as little or as much as you want from the forms, and the only thing that's absolutely required is a little tick box at the bottom that says I'm ready to submit. But I figured it would save time and allow you guys to give feedback whenever you wanted instead of just at the end of sessions.
I'm going to start submitting ones from Feather's point of view, and all it's going to say is squaw.
I'm okay with that. I speak squaw, so it's fine.
My neighbors are going to wonder what the hell's going on in here.
Oh, that was great.
Okay.
So, you five are goblins in a small tribe up in the general Middle Eastern part of the continent of Arklan. You have been recently traveling through woods, getting to a new destination. You were run out of the previous destinations by dirty, filthy humans. And your leader, Philsgrub, has decided that there is a settlement nearby that is for perfect for raiding, because there'll probably be lots of shinies and it's easy pickings.
Chinese.
Are there humans we can kill?
Yes. Lots of humans.
Excellent.
Excellent.
So, I'm going to give each of you 2 goblins to take with you. What you do? And he points to Icus's goblin, whose name I'll pull up.
Aka.
Akka. He points to Akka.
I will play beautiful didgeridoo music for us as we storm this town of filthy humans.
Beautiful music to inspire us. Okay.
Yes!
Okay. That's fine. I guess you don't draw blood. Roxy, what do you do?
Stab all humans in the back and take their shinies.
Good, good. Okay, you sneak in. You go in firstest. Us, all in the shadows. They don't see you. Gorg, what you do?
I cut. I kill.
Okay, you with me. You and your 2 come me, and we run in front.
Pull my
Fizz.
scimitars now.
He smiles devilishly as he sees you pull out the blades already ready to go. Fizz, what you do?
Is there a side of town that's not covered yet?
Well, I have fronts, and Gorg has fronts, and Akka play good music, and Roxy sneak in. Are there sides besides front?
What if they try to get out the back?
Oh, you go back. Make sure no humans escape. You can do this?
Yes, I will get the back. Make sure nobody gets out.
Good, good. He now looks at Dolvar, and he looks kind of disappointed as he looks over to you. And you.
So Squee's gonna shoulder his warhammer and eyes light up. I go in back. I smash. I kill.
Good, good. I like playing. Okay. Everyone go out. Grab gear. Meet here. In this many minutes. And he holds up both of his hands outstretched. Oh, and grab your 2 guns. Grab your 2 men. That important. With that, you're all dismissed outside into the camp. As you exit his makeshift tent, you see a bunch of other little campfires and tents all strewn about the local area. There are probably 30 goblins in total that are doing general activities, from practicing putting up traps to sharpening their blades to punching one another because there's a piece of meat on the ground that they kind of want.
I take the piece of meat on the ground.
Go ahead and roll an attack. Oh my. So you come up and you see the meat on the ground and realize I'm higher status than them. I should have the meat. And you just clock one of them in the face, and he falls down without much of a fight at all. You pick up the meat. And you go, my meat.
Excellent. I shall have to compose
Maintain
a
eye
heroic-
contact. Establish dominance.
Akka, you see this happen in the background, or in the foreground, as you stand in the background, exiting the tent.
I will pull out my trumpet and go, "Doo-doo-doo." Excellent.
Can I see if that goblin had any shinies on him? I want to take them.
Yeah, he's out cold right now, so much like you all know to do. A bunch of goblins swarm around him, ready to pick off his things, and you guys make your way through as higher, not quite leaders, but higher ranking goblins. You come through and you shove them all out of the way, and you take whatever you want first. He did, in fact, have 2 copper pieces on him and a shiny broken metal piece.
Yes.
So what's your way of picking out your recruits?
I am looking for the meanest looking SOBs in the entire clan.
You know those to be Rig and Rub. They're brothers who don't recognize the fact that they're brothers. Every time they see the other one, they're twins, so they think they're looking in a mirror, despite the fact that they don't mimic each other's movements at all.
I didn't say I was looking for the smartest ones.
So you recruit Rig and Rub, and
Yep.
what's your pitch?
My pitch is the ones who do the most killing get the most stuff.
Oh, yeah. Rig
So
wants
we're going to
stuff.
be in front. And in
Oh.
front, that means there's more bad guys in front. There's more humans in front of you. The more humans in front of you, there's more things to kill. The more things you kill, the more stuff you get.
Oh, I hate human. I want stuff.
You
Yeah.
have everything it takes to be a great goblin. I clap him on the shoulder. And then drag him away before he has a chance to actually think. The both of them. Then I'm going to find them something to kill stuff with. Some kind of weapon if they don't have one on their own.
They both have 2 short swords. Well, they collectively have 2 short swords
Okay.
that they like to swing around wildly. They don't look trained in the art of sword fighting. They look like they're able to swing a blade fast and hard, and it's been effective so far.
That's good enough for me, but they're going to need an offhand weapon of some kind, so I'm going to try and locate a dagger or something for them.
Okay, that'll probably take you the rest of the time before you're supposed to meet back up.
All right.
You're able to find 1 rusted dagger, but you can't find a second one. So you're just going to have to choose your favorite of the 2.
So let them wrestle for it.
Okay. They begin to wrestle as we go on to the others. Akka, how do you go about recruiting your 2?
I mean, am I teaching anybody how to play music in this goblin tribe?
I don't know, are you?
Sure, why not?
All right, then yeah. You got some musicians.
Excellent. I'll pick the sneakiest 2 out of those and use them as my 2 people.
Okay, you pick the 2 that know to not blaringly play their instruments when trying to be quiet.
Excellent.
One of
What
which
instruments do they play?
one
Actually, I can only teach 3 instruments. So.
One plays an instrument all by his own. He plays a. Do you know what the wooden instrument is that satyrs usually have?
The panpipes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They normally
Pipes,
have
pan
pipes.
flute. whatever you call
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, pan flute.
Yes. So one of them plays that, and it's been modified to have sharpened tips down at the bottom. So if anyone gets too close, he stops playing and sticks them with it, and then goes back to playing.
Nice.
That's a goblin instrument.
The other. What's your favorite instrument of your three?
The didgeridoo.
The other takes after your love of the didgeridoo. And unlike the refined way of stabbing someone with a pan flute, he just kind of uses his didgeridoo like a club if anyone gets too close.
I mean, it's 5 feet long and made of wood. I would expect nothing less.
And the rest of you know how he fights because you just see him kind of windmill around during the fights. You know not to get too close to him because, and friend or foe, if he's windmilling, you're going to get hit. So, Squee, tell me how you go about recruiting.
I want the two craziest, vicious, bloodthirstiest goblins out there. I mean, I want goblins who, if they lose their weapons, they're not going to run away and hide. If they, see shinies in the middle of battle, they're not going to run away and grab them. They'll just, run up and bite the closest thing in the path. As far as actually going out to recruit them, just telling them the gods demand sacrifice, and then it's up to us to provide it for them.
So these two are Fack and Cab. And they, unlike most of the goblins, are rather intellectual, but absolutely demented. You find them in the middle of a play session where it's essentially them going back and forth, beating up a smaller goblin, and then throwing him to the other person who beats him up and then throws him back. And they're just doing this for fun, while the goblin in the middle just kind of like weeps to himself because he has no hope of escape. Until you come over, they get slightly distracted and he scampers off.
Oh, they didn't have to stop their fun.
You give them the pitch, and knowing your goblin god, they realize that any request isn't a request. Maglabite says you should go do this, and it means go do this before I murder you. Much like all goblin things.
Yep.
Ruxy, how do you recruit?
Okay, so she would be looking for basically one of the biggest, slightly stupid meat shields, buff ones that you can find that seem to only have, close range weapons and are talking the most about killing humans, so they can be up front and she can sneak around the back.
So you know those to be Rig and Rub, who already seem to be talking to one of the other leaders. You know that there is a close second, though, in Jip and Pow. These guys are essentially walking fists because they can do almost nothing else. They can't cook, they can't clean, they're not even hygienic for goblin standards, but the tribe keeps them around because when it comes to hitting things, they hit things.
Yes. Works for me.
And I believe that was everyone, right? Did we get all the recruits?
I don't think Fizzbuzz did.
Sorry, Fizzbuzz. How do you go about your recruit?
I'd like to find the smartest ones that look like they'd still be useful in a scrap.
You know those to be
Unconventional.
yes. You know those to be the history takers. There's a select few goblins who are in charge of writing down the conquests of the tribe and essentially laying them out for bragging rights. So other goblin tribes, and especially humans, know that this tribe was here and they did damage and they should fear them. Of the four in the scribe circle, Cal and Ron, Rahn, to be the smarter of the four that can actually hold their own. They're not the smartest, but they can at least hold their own in a fight. So, does anyone want to do anything else in their 10 minutes?
I want to stock up on traps.
Okay, you can stock up on the makings of traps. As goblins, you don't carry ready-to-made traps with you, but you know how to MacGyver that shit.
Okay.
So you can grab a bundle of sticks, a thing of twine, and pointy bits here and there, and you find enough to makeshift 2 or 3 traps, depending on how elaborate they are.
All right. Sounds good.
I'll find a club for the wrestling match losers offhand. So he has something to whip around.
That's easy enough. I mean,
It's just finding a stick that's about the right size. But...
yeah, in lieu of an actual formed club, you can just pick up a branch and go, "This is yours."
He gets the sharpened one. You get this.
Yeah, I'd also
Kill
try to
humans,
get
then
some,
you'll have stuff to kill more humans with.
I'd also try to get some paper clip and water chewing gum to make some traps, and then go out and polish my dagger.
Perfect.
Gotta be shiny.
So you follow along, and there's in the surrounding area, there's a lot of potential for trap making ingredients. So you're also able to find 2 or 3 resources worth of trap. Or I said that weird, but I think you know what I mean, depending on how elaborate. Squee, is there anything you'd like to do during your 10 minutes?
Not particularly.
Okay. Fizzbuzz?
Not right now.
Okay. So 10 minutes is up, and you're all meeting back. And the wrestling match is still going on. You all kind of gather around and start to laugh at the two who are going at it. When the leader walks up and, "Hey, you knock it
Declare-
off. We saved that for human. We no fight goblin right now. We fight human. So, this plan. What we said earlier, that plan. Everyone
plan.
ready?
Yes.
Good. You, sneaky sneak. You sneak in first. Go round back. And you, not sneaky sneak, also going round back. You go round back.
Yes.
I'm confused which one of us is he referring to with not sneaky sneak.
He is not being clear.
I think Ruxio is the sneaky sneak.
In this instance, if you think of yourself as the sneaky sneak, he's referring to you in your mind.
I don't want to go around back, so I'm going to ignore that.
He sees the two of you with trap materials ready to go. And ooh, you smart. You go set those up.
Yeah.
So I would like those who are trying to sneak around back to make stealth checks. I'd like those trying to set up traps to make trap checks. You'll have to describe the trap to me to know what kind of check.
I'm just gonna start trying to set up snares.
Snares? Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity check, and you get proficiency from your trap training ability.
I do.
Ooh. Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check as well.
Okay.
Roxy, do you also set up traps in back?
Yeah. How about something that's kind of like, let's see. It's like spiky, caltrop type things for if they try to run with horses out the back.
And is there any trigger, or are you just placing them?
Placing them strategically so they run over them. Like basically hidden as I can get under like brush or something like that.
Okay, go ahead and make a trap intelligence check.
Shoot, which that's just a random int check with.
Yeah, it's an in check with proficiency.
Okay.
Yeah, we get proficiency to traps checks by being goblins.
Okay. From looking at the town, would I be able to see what kind of defenders or defenses the town would have? I mean, obviously the wall or not, but
Yeah, so
study the town.
as you all approach, you see the town itself. There's a very large wooden structure in the middle of the town where you hear lots of merriment and shouting going on from the inside. There's a sign that swings up front, and it's a little too far away to make out letters right now. You're staying a little beyond the outskirts to stay stealthy. Flanking that, you see two very long houses that look like they accompany many families in each, but those are the only three buildings of the town.
What are the buildings made of?
They're all made of timber.
Great, let's burn them.
I was gonna say, how close can we get without revealing ourselves?
There are a lot of people traveling in and out of the main building, the center building itself, and either going around back or loading stuff up or hitching up a horse.
Okay.
And you can also hear the barking and baying of what you think might be dogs. If you want to make a nature check, you can.
That's a favorite enemy, humans. So I get bonuses on intelligence checks versus them. But if we can get within short bow range, we can probably start a fire in town. That should stir them up and distract a bunch of them.
I want to distract them. I want to trap them in there.
Well, there's no
Burn them all
wall.
alive. Trap them in the buildings.
Possible.
From your nature checks, they're probably dogs or wolves or something. You've heard the familiar sounds before, but there would be sounds. I mean, they're all kind of the same, right?
Mhm.
So you get into
It's not a chihuahua, but
yeah, it's not Chihuahua. It's like a large dog or a wolf or something. It's something. So you all get into position, and at this point, you can be like 60 feet out from
Ooh.
the town itself, as like your pre-strike position.
all right. And there's people all over the place.
It seems like a pretty steady stream. It's not a lot of people, but there doesn't seem to be a point where it's completely deserted.
Okay. Do we want to start burning the houses now, or do we want to charge in, and try and pin the humans and then burn the buildings?
I think we need to pin them first, otherwise they might escape.
Mm.
We can't have
Okay.
that.
So Switch to scimitars, wait for the signal.
So Fizz is right next to you, and he sees you pull out the scimitars. And, oh, good, we go. And he starts running forward, and it takes you a second and the rest of your group to realize that he's not stopping. He's going for it.
All right. I am right behind him, and I am screaming bloody murder. That's my actual battle cry.
Bloody murder!
Okay, so the rest of you hear them going at it, and there are a couple people in the middle that see a couple goblins coming at them, but they don't know the rest of you are there yet.
Well, shit. They're making a heroic charge. I'd better start playing music to accompany them. I break out the didgeridoo.
I'm going to pick out two that are standing close by for a chill touch and then start charging after I do that.
Okay, so you pick, I assume, your two.
No, like two of the humans that are standing next to each other.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm going to kill them. Or
Okay.
at least hurt them.
So go ahead and make your attack.
Okay. And assuming there are two within 5 feet of each other, I can hit both of them at once.
Yeah, there's two that are distracted looking at the front line who have come running, and then the didgeridoo playing. 16 and 13.
Yep.
My stat block says that it's stuck between pages. Oh, my stat block says that crushes it. Go ahead and do damage.
Alright, 4 for the first one and an 8 for the second one.
Nice.
Hey.
And assuming they're still alive, they can't regain hit points until my next turn.
Now you go up and you reach around and you can barely get like
Chill touch is
abdomen
range,
level.
right?
What? Chill touch, yeah.
range?
120 feet range.
It's misnamed.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
A ghostly
hand
skeletal
comes out.
hand comes out of space and grabs it.
So you reach out with your essence, and you see it pass through the back of one and then reach around through the chest of the other, and they both and drop over, their faces
My glory.
contorted.
You're taking.
All right, everyone at this point, roll initiative.
We don't have tokens.
You make a solid point. Go ahead and use your regular tokens.
That totally worked. Awesome. That feels. Wait, what?
Feather.
That's the wrong number, though.
Icus's should be a 17. That's not the right dex mod for that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
that's
it's-
also.
15.
It's using the token dex mod, not the character sheet, so mine should be. Let me check that.
Right.
18.
Okay. Make sure the other two are right as well. At this point, there's been enough of a commotion where you see individuals start to stream out of the three houses.
Awesome. Pack them up.
There's a combination of people. There's some women, children who are just panicking, and then there are about at this point 7 men and older boys who come out ready to try and fight, either wielding stakes or farm tools or just fists ready to go.
Who's up first? I am? Looks like I am.
Yes.
All right. I will literally go for whoever's closest first.
At this
First
point,
attack?
that's going to be a woman and a slightly smaller woman running away from you.
Okay. This one's at the woman. It's to hit.
Unfortunately, she's able to run just a little bit faster than you.
I chase her down and try and kill her with my offhand attack. Holy crap. A lot of force.
There's a lot of force. Unfortunately, you're swinging wildly, and she's just able to keep kicking her legs up, avoiding your blade the entire time. At this point,
Inauspicious start.
At this point, you've kind of lost control of directly commanding your two, and they've gone out to do essentially the exact same thing that you're doing. Is I want to kill people.
I'm leading by example.
Good leadership.
All right. Do you want me to roll for them, or?
Yeah, go ahead. They both get regular and offhand.
Okay,
And
it's plus 5s.
Yeah, standard goblin.
All right, so this is Rig. 14.
And his offhand.
His offhand. Oops. Also, what consistent dice I have.
Yes, you do.
Excellent.
So he had a scimitar and a dagger.
Okay, so both of those hit. He's found a small boy that he's training in on, and
All right.
Go ahead and do your damage.
Let's see. It should be, assuming the standard Goblin Dex, plus 3 damage on the scimitar,
Yes,
or 8. I'm assuming the boy's dead.
he is. He is indeed.
Then the second attack would have been on someone else.
There's a grieving parent nearby that is just within reach.
This is since it's a dagger.
It's 1d4 plus 3.
Ooh. Oh no, because it's offhanded weapon.
Ah, right.
It is that 2
Offhanding.
fighting, so it's just a flat d4.
The mom only had 4 hit points. So he goes and murders the son with his short sword, and then as he sees the mother crying right nearby, he goes up and stabs her as well.
Alright, so now Rupp is going to attack first with the scimitar. 17 on one target.
Mm-hmm.
Then his offhand will be actually less than that. It'll be like a 6, probably less, whatever the strength bonus is.
I believe it's 0.
Yes, that's only like a plus 2 for a 15.
Both of which will still hit.
Okay.
Right now, between you and the men who are armed are a bunch of civilian type people. So they're mostly concerned with trying to get away instead of fight you.
First target, and then second target. It only does 1.
Alright, so he's chasing the 2 women that you're also chasing. He gets the smaller of the 2 that you're not going after. And then as she falls to the ground, gurgling out, he also strikes out wildly at the other one. And with his big stick, he's able to kind of just club her in the knee. She's able to keep limping away, but she's severely wounded.
Okay.
What is our
Oh my gosh.
What's our sneaky sneak do?
Alright, so since she's in. How much can she see from the back?
From the back, she hears a lot of commotion. She also sees the dire wolf track that is out back.
Aha.
No.
No?
Oh, we did.
Huh? What did? Oh no.
Weird. It didn't have you there. Anyway, we'll come back to you in the dire wolf track in a second.
Okay.
Akka, what do you do?
All right. Akka's gonna notice Fulgrim and his guys killing people, and he's gonna be like, "First blood is drawn!" And he's gonna cast a minor illusion to make it sound like there's a lot more goblins behind him, doing
All
the
right,
same,
Xena.
doing the same thing. And then he's it's minor illusion. Yeah, it's an action. Crap, I can't make an intimidate check with that. He's gonna start yelling, "Filthy humans! Your death is nigh! then he's going to go back to playing the didgeridoo. And I'd like to make an intimidate check with that if I can, but...
Well, you do have two individuals who also have actions. If you want to combine, if you want one of them to make an intimidate check in your stead, they could.
Ah, excellent idea.
And they'll go ahead and do it with advantage, based on your overwhelming numbers that you've presented.
Excellent. All right.
Panic hits the faces of even those who look hardened, and ready to defend their loved ones.
I'm going to motion to my two other goblins with me. Go! Kill the humans!
Okay, you are able to move, and then, if you'd like, you can use your nimble escape to get within range, and that one will still have an action to attack.
Yeah, we'll do that. I don't think he'll have many other chances to use it, so... Alright. Oh, I just don't have anything on my weapons page. That's awkward. Eh. Okay, one sec. Okay, I miss it.
So I take it this is the pan flute player.
Yeah, this will be him.
Yeah, so he runs up and someone gets close and he kind of jabs out at them, but it's not a large enough instrument unless the other person is actively getting close to really get a secure attack in.
Alright. And that's it, I guess.
Alrighty. So back to the sneaky snake. You see the dire wolf track out back, and it appears as though a race is going on right now. You can hear a lot of whooping and shouting, when all of a sudden screams and yells of bloody murder break out from the other side of the building.
Ooh, they're already started. Okay, so, do you at least point out the tracks to the Jip and Pow with her? Like saying, don't get eaten by the big smelly thing. You have to be my meat shields. I mean, you gotta kill all the humans is. And then she point them towards the other side of the building. Go get him. I'll be right behind you. And then she's gonna basically let them kind of run in and divert any attention while she sneaks in and finds a dark place to keep watch of things and go after people, pick them off.
Okay, so go ahead and make a hide check with hide or stealth. I can't remember what it's called. With advantage because they're actively distracting for you. Good stuff. Glad it wasn't the natural one. So you make your way up as well with them. You're keeping to the shadows as you go. They run in, and there's a lower floor or a lower stage of bedding that goes on above the dire wolf track, and they immediately run in and start pounding on people.
Right.
They go to murder a few, and there's one who seems to be getting away and headed right in your direction.
Ooh, I want to pick him off with my short bow.
Go ahead.
Ah, darn it. Oh, is it because I didn't? I don't know why that's not working, so I'm just going to use my other things to see if it works. Back of it.
Yeah, that'll hit indeed.
Have they attacked at all? Does that mean I get a sneak attack on them from being hidden?
Yes.
Yes.
You do get sneak attack. Oh man. So is it a headshot, a neck shot, chest shot?
Let's go right between the eyes.
Alright, you pierce him right on the bridge of the nose as it points slightly upward into his soft, squishy pink thing. Would you like to make the attacks for your two helpers?
Sure.
Your lovely meat shields?
Yay, meat shield. So that'd be, what's their plus?
They're using dex weapons or are they using strength weapons?
Let's go strength or meat shield.
Alright, so +2.
Damn it.
Not on that one.
Even worse. I picked
No.
that stupid meat shield.
Yeah, unfortunately, one swings and the other swings as well at the exact same time, and pow, gets hit right in the hand as they're both swinging. He drops his weapon, starts shaking his hand. Ooh!
Face palm. Doing meat shields.
Fizzbuzz?
Is there anyone trying to escape right now?
A lot of people are trying to escape.
Is there one closer to me than not?
So, tell me where you are in relation to the town.
I went around back
You went around
Try to-
back?
to try to keep him from getting away.
So, as you see Cortanis and her... as you see Flint and her helpers run up, there's some that run up into the large wood building, and there's some that run out, thinking it a better idea to try and get away into the forest instead of going out front. There's probably 3 or 4 coming your direction. One's an older gentleman who seems to be caning along quite quickly. A younger boy who seems to be helping him, and then a lady who doesn't seem to care at all about what those two are doing.
Is the lady further ahead?
She's trying to be. She's like maybe 5 feet ahead of them. Despite the fact that he has a cane, he's moving quite swiftly. So they're all roughly equidistant from you.
I'll tell the other two to go attack the old guy, and I'll take the lady.
Alrighty, go for it.
What weapons do they have?
Well, what would you want them to be equipped with? What would you have found for them beforehand?
I guess clubs.
You wanted clubs? Okay, so they both have large knotted tree branches that they're using. So they get d20 plus 2 for their attack. Wow, alright. Go ahead and do regular damage for a club.
What is that, 1d4 or 1d6?
I think it's 1d6.
Which was 1d4?
Oh, I can look
Club's
in that.
1d4.
It is 1d4?
Yep, it's an improvised weapon, except you get proficiency.
Alright.
They apparently used all their luck in the hit.
Yeah, they connect very well, and So one goes for the old man and the other goes for the boy, and they both go low. So they grab the boy's knee, and he tumbles and falls, and the other hits the old man's cane, and he also tumbles, and they're in a pretty precarious prone position now, and it's
That's
probably
alliteration.
it's probably over for them in the next 6 seconds. What does our lovely sorcerer do?
Cleric, not sorcerer.
I mean, for goblins, you're a sorcerer.
Right, right.
Like, you wield the magics.
So, of the people fleeing, does it look like any of them are actually going to be able to escape?
There's a lot that aren't handled. Like out of the main building and the two side buildings, droves of people came out and started fleeing. Your goblin companions took care of a lot of them, but there's still like maybe half a dozen that look like they're probably going to get away. Three of which are getting away on the opposite side of town as you, but three are close enough where you can intercept them and
Okay.
stop them from escaping.
Of the three that are near me, are any of them next to each other?
They're all within 10 feet of one another, though probably not 5 feet.
Damn. And last question, does it still look like there's people in the buildings?
Oh, without a doubt. You hear the commotion of people from within.
Okay. I'm going to go and try to melee one of the ones nearby with my hammer. Damn, it's only 11.
An 11 still hits.
Sweet.
So you go up and it's a mighty swing and it hits right in the pelvis and you hear a crunch and it's just an itty bitty tiny crunch, but they fall. They're done. Face first into the ground, probably eating dirt.
All right. I'm going to position myself to catch the next two as they run away, potentially. And I'm going to have my two guys, Fack and Keb, start setting fire to the buildings.
Okay, go ahead and tell me which buildings.
Let's do the two long buildings.
Okay, so they set fire to the residences. It's going to take Fack a whole round to get over to the other one,
Oh.
just 'cause it's on the other side of town.
Could he do the center building then instead?
Yeah, he could start work on the center building.
Okay, we'll do one of the residences in the center building then.
Okay, so they go about and start getting a fire going. It's going to take a little bit.
For the fire to catch, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay, so on their turn, for the sake of brevity, I'm going to roll all their d20s at once. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 d20s. Okay. So these are the men who ran out and started to try to defend their families. A lot of them are going after the goblins that are right in front of them. So J-Mart, your group, and Fizz's group, along with the ones that are inside, are probably are trying to take out Kratanus' meat shields. The two trying to light fires are also going to be in the mix. And see, that's a 15, 18, 10, 10, 17, 10, 10, 19, 12, 16, 15, 10, 12, and 22, which I believe all hit. Maybe not the tens.
I'm gonna say my AC is 14.
I'm going regular goblin. I'm fine, not for you guys specifically, for your helpers.
Okay. Is there AC 10? I thought it was higher than that.
I think it might be higher than that, because
They would
dexterity.
add the
It
dex.
should be higher than that, just off of Dex.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't they have like a +2 to Dex?
+2 or +3?
No, it would have been a really good idea on my part.
Mhm.
Putting a tab in at the goblin page.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, notes for next time, right?
Yeah.
Next time I have you guys be a giant horde of murderous goblins. Oh, their AC is 15.
Yeah. So they needed a 13 or better on these dice to hit. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, counting the crit.
Okay, so
6 and a crit.
6 and a crit. The crit is actually going to be on Fizz.
Aw.
So, I mean,
Wah wah.
that's not the worst thing for you. Much as you all know, if the lead goblin goes down, it's huge potential for new goblin leader to arise, and that could be you.
Would the goblin boss not have a higher AC though? Oh wait, crit. Never mind.
Crit. And then an extra d4. So. Ooh. So obviously none of them die because goblins are sturdier stuff than that. You do see a portly fellow charge out of the inn or a large building, and he's. I mean, if I had to describe him, which I do, he's fat, he's a little bit stout, but he's got a really, really nice petticoat on, bright orange, and he's holding what looks to be a short blade that he's looking ready to use. Next to him, next to him is a wiry individual, roughly 5'5", and a little bit older. He's got some gray hairs going on, and he's missing a tooth as he smiles. His bronze skin looking rather dark next to the pale fat man. He yells out, he's like, "Oh, that's rhythm, boys!" Petticoat?
Petticoat.
Yeah.
I'm nearly certain that's just like a fancy vest, right?
No.
I think that's a waistcoat.
Yeah, waistcoat. You're thinking
Google
of a waistcoat.
Look.
Oh, man, that's a skirt. Why would that be called a petticoat?
Last week it was brassieres, now it's petticoats. Is there something you're trying to tell us?
Yes, I have a terrible memory, except for when it comes to women's clothing, apparently.
Wow.
So,
I missed
if
the rest of that description. So he's wearing an orange vest, and he's got some kind of weapon.
yeah, he's got a short blade.
Right.
Man, okay, that's gonna get edited out if we do the audio stuff.
Some more.
No, you should
Waistcoat.
leave that.
Waistcoat.
Okay, so
Human zombies.
nice orange vest. He's fat and he's got a blade. Pale skin. The guy next to him does an impersonation of the goblin screams that he's heard. He's 5'5", wiry, and very, very tanned and missing a tooth. He holds a shovel that he's going to use as his weapon. Next to these two is a woman with tangled black hair and dark brown eyes, and her attire is well made, but humble. And next to her is a human with a wooden arm that seems to move like real, which you haven't seen before. That's a real oddity for you guys. But otherwise, he's like 5'6", and he's got a medium build. He wears a very nice half vest that kind of stops at the breastline, and it's just kind of he's just kind of got a giant axe that looks really finely made.
Hmm.
Interesting.
So they all charge, and they're also going to go for the 3 front lines. So 3d20. So natural miss, a 18 and a 5. The natural miss will be on you, J-Mart. One's gonna go. The shovel is gonna whop your guy your helper right in the head for a striking 1 damage, and then the 3 will miss as well. You see the wooden armed individual swing what looks to be well trained and aggressively at Fizz. Unfortunately, though, he's just out of reach as the small goblin ducks side to side. It's now your turn. Your buddy got whopped. What do you do?
So that shovel guy, right?
Yes.
All right, everybody get that guy.
They all hone in,
Yep.
stop killing off innocent passerbys, and go for the threat.
All right, so first scimitar attack is
That'll hit.
for 5 damage. And the offhand, 11.
Mm-hmm. So with those 2 strikes, you get him right in the gut, and he kind of falls to his knees and goes to speak. And blood spurts all over your face as it spews forth from his mouth.
Excellent. I'll point them at the orange vest guy then, for my other 2.
Okay.
That one.
So they go after the fat fellow.
Right. What was their dex bonus? 12 or 2 or 3?
Their dex bonus is 2, not 3.
Okay, so they only get a +4 to hit.
Yes.
All right, so this is Rig main attack. There's a miss, offhand. For critical damage with a dagger. He's going to do 4 points to that guy.
Oh, nice.
And then Rupp, first with a scimitar. 12 hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's got 1 hit with that, so let's do the damage there. Next, ooh, for 8 points of damage.
Yeah. So the one goes up and gets him right in the side, and as he bends over, the other comes down right on the head, and the orange coat is now darkened with the red of blood.
All right, they're going to take a random swing at anybody who's near him now for a natural miss. Try not to hit his buddy.
Unfortunately, he does hit his buddy.
Donk.
Go ahead and roll damage for his buddy.
Ah. Oh, now you roll well.
He gets his buddy with the club or large branch quite well. Hey, our didgeridoo friend. What do you do?
All right.
One,
So
two,
orange vest
go.
guy's down, right?
Yep, orange vest guy is down, as is farmer with shovel.
Damn. Orange vest guy was clearly the leader of this town due to his bright vest, which is totally not a petticoat. And so I'm going to start cheering, "Yes! Kill the humans!" And I am also going to cast, if I can find my, I'm going to cast Tasha's, actually I'm going to cast Bane on the 2 that are remaining.
Mm-hmm.
So it's extra.
So
and
they need to make charisma saves.
Okay, so wood arm and lady.
Yeah.
Lady makes hers like a boss.
What about wood arm?
He makes his
Yeah.
like a boss.
Damn. Okay, I'm out of actions. But I am going to order the other two to go in and attack the lady.
Okay. At this point, the human forces have spread out pretty far. They all seem to be in individual battles. The lady is able to deftly dodge the rapier strike. Unfortunately, the whirlwinding didgeridoo fells her as it swings to side and slightly upward. It gets her right in the temple, and she falls over.
Excellent.
Sneak in the back. What you doing?
Alright, so what do I see besides the fact that both my guys didn't hit anybody and dropped, and one of them dropped his club?
After he dropped his club, he was promptly stabbed and went down pretty quickly. He doesn't seem to be dead, but he's in a lot of pain, which he expresses by yelling very loudly. The other, having seen this, picks up his weapon or picks up the dropped weapon and is now holding both of them in both hands. In either hand, I guess would be a better description.
You're like, stupid meat shield. Other one, go! Get the closest one, and then to, like, basically keep everyone off her back while she's gonna run over and try to, basically get anything shiny off the one she just killed.
Okay. You're able to find 7 gold on the one that you just killed, along with a piece of paper that has used to be common. So it has a number on it, and then underneath it says track, race, wolf, and then HOO ampersand AOD. Go ahead and make the main hand and offhand attacks for your meat shield helper.
Okay. I just figured that works for both of them, or for almost. Obviously, remove the damage stuff as need be.
Wow, I like it. Yeah, so go ahead and roll a bonus d4. Solid. The 10 points of damage are enough to bring down the fellow who attacked your other meat shield. He kind of drops to his knees and holds his ticket up, and you just hear him kind of go, "But I won!" And then he gets a club to the side of the face, and a couple teeth go flying as he falls to the floor.
Yes! But then I'm gonna use bonus to, once I grab stuff, to go find another spot to hide. Quickly, just in case anyone else is coming. But get closer to the action. See
Okay,
what's going
so
on up front.
you can make it into the establishment at this point and try and hide there if you'd like.
Okay.
Keep in mind the establishment is currently being set on fire.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the fire's
I mean,
built.
it'll take a while for it to fully catch on fire.
Yeah, I'm
but-
sure I can grab a few, shinies, a lot of shinies before leaving.
Go ahead and make a hide check. Yeah, that's pretty darn good. A lot of mayhem going on. You're easily able to slip like underneath a table and get ready. Fizzbuzz.
Did the old man go down, or is he still up?
Yeah, the old man with the shovel went down to J Mart's helpers.
Okay. I'll have the other two helpers attack the little kid, and then I'll still go after the lady that was in the lead. Probably a
Oh,
bit
I'm
further in the
sorry.
lead now.
You're out back. The old man and the kid are on the ground. If you'd like your helpers to make an attack on them, it'd be automatic critical hits for both of them, because they're pretty much incapacitated so far as commoners go. The lady is still going if you want to attack her.
Yes. I would
Yes.
like to attack her and have them attack them.
Okay, so they deal with the old man and the young boy. Go ahead and attack her. Oh yeah, you're able to catch up to where she's heading, kind of cut off her angle of escape, and as she's coming around, you just spin the staff, and it catches her right in the bridge of the nose and pushes backwards. And you see her face kind of dent in as she takes the impact. It's a bad day to be a human indeed. So, our cleric friend.
It, so who's still up at this point?
There's a lot of people who have tried to run away and haven't. You hear voices inside of all the buildings, and there's a small stream of people still coming out of the single doorways. But as far as the fighters go, there's only like 3 or 4 able-bodied people, and then the wooden-armed human. They've all kind of retreated back to the front of the wooden inn. Did the
Okay.
call drop for anybody else?
No,
Yep.
no, you're still going.
Okay.
Is there anybody standing next to the wooden armed guy?
Yeah, they've all kind of gathered in a semicircle where he's in the middle, and then cardinal position wise, north, northeast, northwest, and then east west.
Okay. I'm going to chill touch him and one of the others
Okay.
that's standing next to him. So the first one's going to be for him. Damn it. Also, damn it.
The second one does hit, and there's a man next to him holding a big farming rake, and he starts to seize as well as the cold takes over his limbs, and he drops the rake and just kind of spazzes out in the middle of the kind of like he's having a seizure, like an epileptic seizure as he goes down.
Okay. After that, I'm going to just keep moving forward up to the front of the inn where they are. I'll have Fack run around to the remaining building and start that one on fire. And then Keb's going to get in the doorway of the residence that's already on fire to keep anybody from coming out.
Okay. He'll probably just get attacked next turn. By this point, the fires have caught, and they're starting to slowly eat away at the outsides of the building.
Okay. He's not going to get close enough to be in the fire. He's just going to be making sure that nobody can escape.
Blocking the entrance.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, at this point, the wooden armed man points all his people forward and yells out a vicious battle cry, and
Bring it.
is your AC better than 14?
Yes. Significantly.
Well, then he swings and doesn't hit. His axe missing you. The rest go after. One other follows him and also tries to attack you.
Still no.
Wow. So they both swing at you and miss. One will swing at J Mart. 12 versus AC.
Is a miss.
And another will swing at Fizz. And critically miss. All right. Moving on. J-Mart, what do you do?
All right, so wooden arm is still up.
Yes. You see him attacking your magic user friend. He does
He's
magic.
priority target then, so scimitar. Nice, 17 versus AC.
Mm-hmm.
And the offhand for the follow-up. He's not dead yet.
They both hit, but he remains standing. He takes them both in the wooden arm and just kind of... It doesn't hurt him, but you can tell it's pretty seriously injured his ability to take swings.
Okay, and then I'll yell at Rig and Rup to back me up. There we go. So this is Rig, Bane attack, Scimitar. It's a hit, I'm assuming.
Yes, it is.
So he's going to deal 5 more points of damage.
Still up.
All right, and his offhand dagger. 13.
Will miss.
Okay, so Rup's Scimitar. 22.
Will hit.
Alright, so that is 8 more points of damage.
As he's taking hits into the wooden arm, he doesn't notice the... was that his offhand?
That was his main attack, actually.
Ah.
He still has an offhand clubbing. Which he'll
He
probably end up
didn't.
doing to the corpse.
He didn't notice Rub behind him, who shoves a blade right through his back, and you can. It's a little blade, so a little bit comes out the front, but not much.
Enough. He's
Enough.
dead.
Yes. And
All
he
right,
has
one more to go.
an
So-
offhand attack for the other man who's trying to attack your person who does magics.
Bam!
Yeah, that'll hit.
Actual potential damage there. Pop.
Fortunately enough, this is one of the individuals who had previously taken damage, so he goes down as well.
Nice.
At this point, the whole of the town, aside from the individuals trying to run away, yeah, all of the men defending have escaped. Or not escaped. All the men defending have fallen. The individuals trying to escape from House 1 are unable to, as they're blocked in. That entire building catches fire, and you hear the wails and screams of people with no way out, all just absolutely panicking in and of themselves. Inside the building where Flint is, you hear screams as well as bodies have fallen in front of the door, and they're unable to open it now. And it also starts to take flame throughout the entirety of it. You realize this is a good time to get out. Whether or not you run yell to your meat shields is kind of your choice.
No, she's too busy trying to steal what she can as she tries to get out. It's basically like cutting any purses or something like that, grabbing and running.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check. Actually, yeah, make it a disadvantage is what I was going to follow up with. So, as you're going through and cutting purses, you're getting a large amount of gold. When you stumble upon behind a counter, there is a vault of gold, and you just cannot help yourself from trying to get it all. So much so that you ignore the fact that the building is burning a little too quickly around you, and before you decide to make your escape, the roof kind of collapses in, and crushes you along with your meat shields.
Not surprised at all. Went down like I wanted.
The helper who is blocking people in eventually gets murdered in front, and one or two people make it out. But much like any group of people who panic in a single doorway, it gets clogged fairly quickly without anyone else being able to make it out. And for the third building, the second long residence house, a lot of people were able to escape before it set flame, but there are a few casualties you hear burning in pain. At this point, Fizz stands up in the middle of town, right in front of one of the fallen bodies of the human, and
Yes, we did very good. We did very, very.
at which point the human just looks up weakly and stabs him right in the thigh, and as he falls, he gets him again in the side of the chest, and
I'll help humans.
at which point the town is burning, there's treasure to be had, and Fizzgrip is dead. You are freely able to hack that guy to death.
He is hacked and dead. Then let the looting commence. I'm just going to start yelling at people. Everybody loot!
It does not take a second time of yelling for people to start looting.
Are there any more survivors in the area, or have they all fled?
You could take like a couple hours to search the surrounding area to see if you can find anybody else, but there's no one that you immediately see.
Alright, I'm gonna do that instead of looting.
Oh, how ungoblin-y.
I'm gonna walk through the streets of the town as everybody else loots. I'm gonna loot with them. But while I loot, I'm going to play a song on my lyre about how awesomely we killed these humans.
But we didn't kill all of them.
Good.
It surprisingly rhymes, which is like the epitome of good music for goblins.
I'm just gonna go see if I can find that shovel.
Yeah, you do find the shovel. It's a large, ordinary farmer shovel
You
that
have a
was being
problem.
used as a weapon. So it's taller than you are, but I mean, you could always swing it around, kind of like a pike, or wield it kind of like a pike, or chop off half the handle and use it that way. And that is where we end the Goblin half a session. Happy belated Halloween, everybody.
Thank you. Likewise.
So, how do you all feel having murdered the individuals that you all grew to know and love?
So good, they deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
I also really want to play these goblins again at some point.
Oh my god, yes.
I am
Sometime
down for more goblin games, but I kind of want to see what a ranger can actually do.
in the future we can continue the goblin campaign. If you guys become enough of a thorn in the side of the country from murdering villages, I'm gonna have to sick your party on your goblins.
Oh, that could go very poorly for the goblins.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, do it.
Get
do
a bunch of like level 9 goblins. This could be fun. Could be real fun.
Well, keep in mind we should still be 4 levels ahead as a party.
True, but the goblins also have backup.
Well, the other thing too is as the levels increase, that's going to be less and less important of a difference.
Oh, dude, that reminds me. All the goblins leveled up.
Oh,
Yes.
sweet. I am now level
Except me, I'm
2
dead.
star.
Yes, not you. You died doing what you love.
Exactly.
Killing all humans.
You just
I'm
couldn't
kind
help
of sad nobody asked the cleric for healing. Because I didn't take any healing spells, and I was just going to cast Inflict Wounds instead.
I can put you out of your misery. You're not in pain anymore.
I give you.
You are the
I give
Dr.
you a quick
Gavorkian
death.
of goblins.
Yes, you are.
I actually had a healing word, but nobody asked me for healing either.
To be fair, no one really needed it. Anyone who needed it was pretty much dead right away because
Yeah.
of how low hit points work. But man,
Basically true.
and we say goodnight to Dwayne and Yedos and Panabras and Saroa.
I fucking knew it.
Knew it.
The head of Orc and Axe of Dwarf is burned down along with the 2 residences that stood by its side. Igelsha is no more. But you don't know that because you're in Orsham, and you just decided that you're going to meet Anglesiso later
You know,
that night.
if we hadn't gotten rid of this curse, none of this would have happened. I'm just saying. They'd still all be perfectly fine.
Don't make me hilt punch you.
So, as Venric, Ike, Spellcax, Curtanus, and Fulgrim in the town of Orsham, what doth you do?
We left off. I'm trying to remember exactly where we left off. We left off with. We had just seen.
We had just done the slave auction.
And we followed some of the Mufwa people outside. We were watching them from the distance with the kids. And then
And
we
you
were trying to figure out what to
sat
do.
there with them because we didn't want to leave ourselves.
Yeah.
You were debating. One of the last things you were talking about was debating whether to follow them discreetly or to walk up and say, "Hey, we want to be recruits."
Right, and we decided we want to just stay in the city, though, didn't we?
Yeah. In the end, that's what you had decided. At least to pick up Anglosiso and follow through with your promise.
Well, we are also on orders right now not to leave.
Yes.
So
That too.
Yeah, but who really cares about that?
I kind of do.
Lame.
I know, being honorable and shit.
Yeah, no, I think I already covered that, didn't I?
Very succinctly, as you said, lame.
Yep.
I hope you can see this because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
So it's only about 5 in the evening. You have time to do 1 or 2 other errands before it becomes dark.
Yeah, Fenric would just be in the library researching stuff.
Okay. We'll call this putting time forward in researching how to find your third
Spells.
level spells.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring.
Okay.
I feel like should probably check on the kids.
Yeah, what are the slave kids doing?
our wards, not slaves.
Right.
They're being
Yeah.
property, that's what they're doing.
I have to get back into Ika's character and be outraged at slavery again. Okay.
Do you all need a minute to adjust?
No.
Not normally
Yeah.
outraged at slavery?
Sorry?
Are you not normally outraged at slavery?
Not a
I
Scotland.
am normally outraged at slavery. Aka is not.
You know,
Ikas is exceptionally outraged at slavery.
it's actually not that big of an adjustment for me as you might think.
Might think?
just have to go from actively wanting things to die to not really caring whether or not they do.
It's from active hate to passive indifference.
Yeah, I really wasn't that surprised.
Is anybody at this point?
The dungeon master is very surprised.
That's surprising to me. Alright. We have any errands to run besides going to the library?
We need to pick up any more supplies for when we eventually get kicked out. And we also have people to feed.
That's true.
So you can go, you can pick up fresh food, rations for the road, anything else that you guys want. Pose as a question instead of a statement.
Yeah.
I think now's a good time for a break, yes.
Let's get some rations and stuff.
I kind of want. I just really want a bell.
Bell?
A bell.
Like a cattle bell, regular bell, hand bell.
Like a cattle bell type thing.
Okay.
Can I acquire that?
It's easy enough.
Okay. How much do I have to pay for it?
After rations, fresh food, and the cattle bell,
That is exactly what I am saying.
it's going to cost you right around a gold for all of it.
Done.
Kratas, is there anything special that you wanted?
Mostly extra food for kids and seeing if there's any, they need better clothes some of them might need.
Alright, so if you grab clothes for all of them, or just yours?
All of them.
Okay, so grabbing clothes for all of them, fresh food to feed, including Anguissa, so 6, and then rations for the road later, it's going to cost you right around 4 gold.
Okay.
But you're able to make it up to the church where you hear the priest appeller. Damn it, I forgot his voice again. Was he the smoker from the Bronx?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey! Make sure you get the stairs nice and clean. I don't want to be looking at your dirty feet anymore.
Oh, God.
Hey! I kiss him what's her face. Oh, that's gruesome. What can I do for you?
What have you been doing with the children?
They've been earning keep and helping out around the church Belor.
Was what I already gave you not enough for that?
You don't expect them to just stay and not help out? They're wards of the church now. Is what they do.
They are wards of us staying with you.
That's debatable. You say
No,
you say the ones of you, and yet I got them. Well, from what I hear, ownership or possession is 90% of ownership.
My friend, surely I did not just hear you suggesting to me in a house of Pelor that you were going to keep these children as slaves.
Oh no!
Surely I was mistaken when I heard that.
Oh, of course you must be stupid or something. No, never as slaves, as wards, of course, helpers of the church.
Right.
Words are not possessions, sir.
Did I say possessions? I must have misspoke.
What else
Of
does my
course.
sense of the
thou
law mean?
hast.
Of course you did. And that's why we'll be taking them with us when we leave.
Oh. Well, I mean, you can take them now. The crap at cleaning anyway. Except for the freak show with the 4 arms. He seems to do a pretty good job.
They are not freaks.
Sure. Whatever you say, lady. Still freak.
Gods.
So you taking them or what?
Yeah, we're leaving, right?
I don't know what you're doing. Why do you expect me to know? You just
Not
dropped off-
asking you.
you
Shut
dropped-
up.
Oh. No, you should be nicer to a priest of Pelor. You're in the house of God, you know.
When the gods see fit not talk so unamicably about children, perhaps we shall speak more kindly of thee.
I don't understand your old-timey words. You making fun of my accent? It's a perfectly normal accent. I used to work in the mines.
Shh. Hush. The grown-ups are talking over
It's a
here.
bit.
Now, are we going to leave or not, Kurtalis?
I believe we should.
Probably. Alright, we're leaving with them.
Fine. Hey, youngins, small fries, slaves. Come on.
They're not slaves.
Whatever.
Don't
You purchased them at a slave auction. All right. That's what you did. You can't dispute facts. You purchased people at a slave auction. You're slave owners now.
And they're going free.
That's what everyone says when they come to the Church of Pelor.
Are you
Don't we look like
insinuating that I would
everyone?
lie to you?
No, lady, you look disgusting with that giant scar blemish across your face. You look like almost no one I know from the upper districts.
Thank gods for that.
This guy on the other hand, he looks like every single dwarf I've ever met.
That's racist.
You must not have met very many then. We're
It's-
taking them with us. We're letting them free.
Alright, get out of here. Enjoy your time. They're shitty cleaners anyway.
She's basically
Go
gonna
ahead
snick
and
up her
put
nose
that.
at him.
I'm going to
Escort
ignore
the
that in
group.
favor of being the bigger man.
Yep. And see if either of the kids needs a piggyback ride.
He chortles to himself.
You, bigger man. It's funny. I like your jokes. Oh, you were serious. Oh. Makes it more funny.
I'm just gonna pick up a couple of the kids and walk out.
All right, you guys are able to leave the church fellow with wards in tow.
Shalt be happy never to see his face again.
Very happy.
The new gods art strange. At least their followers.
Often the sins of a follower are attributed to the one he follows. So it goes. We should get back to the others though.
Agreed.
We never see that awful, awful person again.
Cordalis is gonna ask the kids if they're all alright, if he didn't abuse them if he abused them at all.
They all have reddened hands, like they've been working with a lot of water and soaps, but they pretty much unanimously retort that they were worked as much as they were as slaves, but I mean that's not really a bother to them.
Still gonna frown at that.
Yeah.
I
On
don't
your
know
way,
anything else at this point. They're only like, what, the oldest is what, 12?
14.
yeah, I think I said 14.
So
Yes.
we can tell them they're free. They don't know what that means.
Yeah.
We gotta show them.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're going through, as you're going through the middle district, not the wealthy district and not the poor district either, you run across an odd sight. There's an individual with um, a fold-out shop. It looks like it's always ready for travel and can quickly fold back up and go again. But there's a small goblin who's tied to the front of the cart. He doesn't seem to be trying to escape at all. The line is lack, and he's waving. And everyone, please turn up your volume.
Why?
He means in roll 20.
Yeah.
Oh,
My ears.
yeah, that's more what I was anticipating.
Yeah, the music in roll 20.
The sweet sounds of nothing.
The goblin says as you walk by.
Still not hearing anything.
You guys didn't
Yeah.
hear it?
No.
No.
Oh,
I didn't see the jukebox change anything either.
Hello.
Okay, I heard that.
Hello. Hello. Oh. Oh, hello. Welcome to Devil's Glorious Goods. We have the prettiest shinies anywhere.
Jay, Mart, you're echoing.
We go everywhere around the world to bring you back the bestest trinkets at affordable prices.
Also, let me just say that's an adorable voice.
yeah. It's...
Okay.
So that's you hear him calling out to people as they pass by, and as he catches your eye, he introduces the store in that way, more so than the rest of the folks who are just kind of going nose up at a goblin who's calling out to them.
Hmm. And what kind of wares does he have on display?
He has 3 tables set up with an enormous variety of goods. There's everything from small vials of red and liquid. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. He's got little red liquid-filled vials. He has pieces of leather armor out on one with small weaponry next to it. On the other, he has trinkets, odds and ends, along with regular wares that typical people would need. The common folk, if you would. As for the man himself, he stands there just kind of smiling, If someone catches his eye, he waves, but leaves the introductions uh, for Squib.
Said small weaponry, right?
Yeah,
So he has like daggers and stuff.
on display. Have you approached, said hello, anything like that?
Sure, I will do that.
He's a fancy man. He's got long, slick black hair. He's dressed in very, very fine robes. They're green with gold fringing on them. He bows just slightly, always keeping his head up while he looks at you. Hello. Welcome to Gada's glorious goods. As Squib said, we have the finest trinkets, bits, odds, and ends anywhere. How can I
I
help you?
did hear him. How much for one of the daggers?
Well, it depends. Which one would you like? They're all different, you see.
How so?
Well, there are these ones that are on display, and then I have a few others for those looking for something a little bit more special.
Oh yes, those has many really very pretty daggers.
Show me. Why not?
Of course, and what price range were you looking at?
10, 20 gold.
Ah, let me pull out our low-end box for you.
Wow.
He picks up a small brown box, opens it up, and you see 3 daggers side by side. They have nice adornments on them, but look pretty standard as far as daggers go, aside from just like the prettiness of the hilt.
Well, I don't want an accessory. I want a knife.
And I assure you, these will do as much damage as they will looking good at your side.
Forget it. I'll go buy a dagger somewhere else. But they don't try and charge me 10 gold for a freaking colorful hilt.
Well, please, tell me exactly what you're looking for. Maybe I'll be able to help you out.
I'm looking for a good sturdy knife that isn't pretty and will let me kill things, but also let me use it day to day.
I assume the rest of you met up with them on their way down. I assume you were naturally on your way up, aside from Venric, who's doing research.
Okay.
Well, if all you want is a dagger, then you don't need to spend for fine adornments. One of these on the table will do you just fine, and we offer a free sharpening service.
Excellent.
If you ever find me on the road, which I'm on quite often, feel free to stop me and remind me that you purchased your dagger at Gada's glorious goods.
Will do. Alright, I'll grab one of the ones on the table and pay him for it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I want to talk to him before we leave.
Oh, no problem. As you show interest, Dragonborn, and what can I do for you?
Do you have any spoons?
Spoons? Why, of course, we have many fine dining accessories.
I was thinking more in the kind of magic types.
Magic items, you say? Yes, we have a few. Stay right here.
Oh, those?
Yes, Squib.
Well, are you gonna show him the good ones?
Yes, Squib. These are the good ones. Please, bring him around back. Squib kind of grabs your hand and starts to walk you towards the back. I assume you go willingly.
Yeah, I follow.
Okay. The dagger is going
Pretends
to
to
be
be
two.
following him.
Of course. The dagger is going to be 2 gold, by the way.
Can be.
So you guys head around back, and he pulls out an onyx briefcase and opens up to an array of small items. Go ahead and tell me what you think one of those items might be.
A bell.
And what's special about the bell? What sets it off so that it caught your eye as opposed to any of the other small baubles?
Right. I'm gonna go with the way the handle is crafted. I think there's a special design to it. It's kind of weird compared to a normal bell.
Mm-hmm. He sees you eyeing it up. Ah, I see you're looking at Favinvar's bell, one of the finest items we have. Be sure to always wrap it. You see, there is a lovely effect when it's rung.
Can you describe the effect a bit more?
Well, you see, it has a calling all its own. It's told that those who hear the chimes are irresistibly drawn to it.
Seems interesting, but I
Oh.
don't think it.
That's just eyeing it suspiciously.
Interesting without a doubt. But you asked about a spoon, did you not?
Yes, it did.
He lifts off the top tray of the briefcase, and underneath you see, among other things, a very finely crafted silver with inlaid gold spoon that's the size of a serving spoon instead of a hand spoon. Is this the kind of thing you were looking for?
It's a little bit bigger than I was looking for, but it'll do. What does it do?
Well, I've actually not yet experimented or identified this individual item. You see, it takes a lot out of me to have to go and try and identify them. But it's very clearly magic. As being unidentified, I would of course give you a reasonable discount if you were wanting to buy.
Is it very clearly magic?
He offers it up to you to fondle a bit, and as thanks, Icus.
It's a human, not a dwarf.
As you turn it over in your hands, you feel a vibrance of energy that originates within the spoon, but you can't quite tell what it is. So you feel magic about it, but not what magic it is.
Use one of the wand charges to cast Detect Magic.
Wunderbar. That's so exciting. Okay, it'd be way more exciting if I could find my form where I filled out what all the colors mean. So the other day, I was downtown, right, and there's a whole bunch of people nearby, and I'm telling this story because I'm trying to gain time while I look for stuff. You totally get what I'm talking about, right? So I finally found the list of colors. So you use Detect Magic, and the wand flares up a little bit, and you see Goddard get reasonably interested. So he goes, "Oh, channel! It's so channel! Sirs, it's a channel!" Shh, Squib, I want to see. and the spoon radiates the gold being accentuated from within it, from its design. The slight outline glows with the same gold color.
Do I know what that color means?
You're not classically trained, so go ahead and make an intelligence check to see if you've run across it.
Can I make an Arcana check instead?
That'd be a way better check.
Was that a yes?
Yes. So you know that color to be either evocation or transmutation. You're not totally sure.
Okay. Well, sir, I'm interested in it. What were you thinking price-wise?
Well, for something like this, I'd usually charge somewhere between 300 to 500, but seeing as I don't know its specific properties, I could give it to you for 250, say.
I don't. It seems a lot for something unknown.
It is magic after all, and half price, if I do say so myself.
There's a lot of kind of magic out there, though, so we don't quite know if that's good or bad yet, do we?
Well, this would be the part of the arrangement where you make a counter offer now, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be the moment he looks at his character sheet and sees. And you would know that Kurtan says about 37 gold left. No, 34. But a lot of silver. And copper.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't translate to much gold. Unless we're talking like
Yeah.
thousands. I pondered
There's
it
a
for a while,
lot of tiny coins. I gotta get them changed.
making sure to leave a nice long silence.
He looks at you, totally comfortable with this tactic that's obviously been used before.
And I come back with, 50 would be a lot more reasonable for such an unknown item.
50? Oh, goodness. I don't think so. How about 150?
Still a bit much. How about 70?
Oh, you're becoming mildly insulting, my dragonborn friend. Squib, they're obviously not interested in actually buying. Please show them back around front.
Yes, sir.
He goes to grab your hand and tries to lead you out front.
I'd say, well, too bad we couldn't make a deal and walk out.
Cortanus would keep the goblin from touching his hand, though. Just escort him herself.
We'll see you in the future. Perhaps you'll have more disposable income then. And he starts to pack everything away as you round out the corner. Squib gets back out front and...
Was there something that you all wanted to buy?
No. Nothing that would, you don't carry any armor, do you?
We carry some. What do you want?
The highest quality. I'll just shake my head. Never mind. More than I can afford.
Well, okay. Go around everywhere if you ever want more armor and have more monies.
Alright. Are we buying anything else?
Unless, unless they have anything healing wise, but very basic. I think it might be too much.
There are vials full of red liquid that you know to be healing potions.
How much do healing potions normally go for, though?
50.
Yeah, I can't afford even that.
Yeah, no.
He sees you eyeing them up. He goes, "Ah, the healing potions. I see you know your way around. Would you be interested in purchasing?" Sir Dwarf, you have a look in your eye. Is there some reason? I see the want. Can't I,
Our
can't I tempt you?
income has been less than good lately.
Well, I'm up to make a deal if you are.
I deal only in cash anymore.
Hear me out. I'll give you a healing potion for 35. Granted, you spread the word about Gata's glorious goods, and remember to come to me next time you see me around.
No deal. I appreciate the offer.
Of course. Well,
I'll take that deal.
he extends his hand, one for shaking and the other with the healing potion.
I will shake his one hand and grab the healing potion with my other one.
Squib extends his hand. 35, please.
I will pass Squib the 35.
Thank you. We'll hope you enjoy Gata's glorious goods. We'll see you around.
He's already giving us a discount.
Yeah, but we're still way off.
And
Good. What was this guy's first name?
I'm also the only one who has, like, actual money.
Yeah.
Do we want anything else, team?
I'm good.
Okay. With the shopping section of tonight over, we're going to take a break. I will see you all at 9:10.
Okay.
Alright,
Alright.
sounds good.
Getter was a human, right?
Pretty sure, yeah.
As far as we know. Last time I had to deal with a random settler on the street ended up being a demon. But it was a demon with a deck of many things, which is where I got the idea for katanas.
All right, do we have everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oops, I mean, yep.
Mm-hmm. Dolavar?
Hopefully still muted.
Missing.
Dun dun
Dun,
dun.
dun.
That's fine. He's at the library.
So, with the shopping portion of the night done, dusk begins to fall on the city of Vorsham.
We gotta go back to the inn and get one more room, probably. Or see if they have a bigger room.
Yeah.
So you go back and you're greeted by Johnson, who, when you ask, says that he does have another room available, but it's going to be the standard fare, which was it 4 or 5 gold a night? I think it was 4.
I think it was 5, but I'm not going to argue with less.
Well, we'll go with your memory. Your memory's better.
I would debate that.
Same team.
All right, so he lets you know that it's going to be 5 gold, so 20 altogether for tonight.
But, you know, Cave, since this has been our 3rd night with you, don't you think you can let us a little discount?
If I gave discounts to everyone who stayed 3 nights and didn't remember my name, I'd be out of money.
I remembered your name just now. I said Cave.
Oh. What are discounts between old friends? Call it 3 gold a room.
That's awesome. Thanks, buddy.
That'll be 12.
I'll throw him 12 gold.
Have a good one. He gives you the douchey two-fingered salute.
I give it right back to him. You too, buddy.
The rest of you silently judge.
No, not at all.
Nah.
I'm not allowed to judge.
If I had a pop
Totally.
collar, if I had a collar I could have popped, I would have.
Gotta drill me.
Fortunately for you, you're already wearing salmon shorts that come right above the knee.
Nice.
So I assume Venric's out for a while. He probably won't be back until 1-ish in the morning. Yes, books, people, shady people, shadier people, nice people, shady people, books. Do the rest of you just turn in for the night? Tell your slaves to go lay down?
She's
They're
gonna,
not slaves.
She's gonna like get them set up with their new clothes and stuff like that. I think she got some
I'll help.
sleepwear for them too.
So what kind of clothes did you get for them?
Mostly like set of basic traveling attire because she's assuming they're gonna come with us, considering they're definitely not staying at the temple.
Okay.
But yeah,
So,
definitely nothing slave-like.
So you get them set up with their horizontal black and white striped pajamas, and let them know that in the morning, they're to put on their orange jumpsuits and be ready by 6.
Thank God. She got a nice little dress for Jess, and then some. I don't know what the proper. I'm not. Can you tell I'm not a fashionista in the least? I'm the worst.
Don't worry, ask me. I know all about petticoats and brassieres.
Yeah, seriously. You know, they're kids, and this is what, supposed to be late Middle Ages?
Yep.
So they'd basically be wearing various kinds of tunics, probably a couple layers. The outer layer would be dyed whatever's cheap. So
Like green.
desert environment, probably something reddish. Because ochre would be easy enough to find.
Green, red, and brown are the most common colors you'll find.
Green looks like crap after you wash it, though, so go with red. But maybe, yeah, green, red, brown. Some kind of shoes or boots, and then like stockings, no pants.
Mm-hmm.
Pants were a fancy luxury in those days.
I'm glad for my pants.
Yes, they know your nobility because you have pants.
Oh yeah.
Nobody knows if Icus has pants or not, though. He wears his armor all the time.
Knowing
That would
Icus,
have
he
to
does not
chafe.
have pants.
That would chafe.
So badly. No wonder he sleeps in his armor. He's
But
embarrassed.
considering it's Icus and all the NPCs he meets, would the pants stay on for long?
That's why he doesn't bother with the pants. Way too much effort.
It's quicker to just go from straight armor to ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be. I'm not touching any more of that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a first.
Forget to
Nicely done.
It was like 2 NPCs.
You made,
Those
the
like
mis-
both NPCs.
you made the mistake of doing it at the beginning of the campaign. Alright, so you bed down. Henrik, we're going to run through. Tell me about your adventure in finding these 2 spells, knowing that something goes wrong and then something else goes wrong, and then something goes right, and then something finally goes wrong again, and then something goes right.
Um, So he would probably be, looking through all the various, old spell books that they have in the library, most of which haven't actually been like tested. 'Cause, while the library collects a lot of books, particularly magic books, they don't necessarily always have spellcasters on hand to be able to verify that the spells in the book work or do what they say or are safe. So they probably have, like a bit of a courtyard somewhere to test them. And so while looking for some spells that would be useful to himself and the party, Venric would be, trying a few out. One of which would inadvertently, in what is supposed to be, a lighthearted spell to, create some doves as a bit of showmanship, is actually going to summon a bunch of crows that are very bad-tempered and start, pecking at the librarians and some of the other people in the library. So, of course, to get rid of the crows, one of the other librarians helps, and we find a spell to summon a bunch of cats, which drive off the crows, but then we have a problem with a bunch of cats lazing about the library, demanding belly rubs, and generally just being a nuisance.
Is that really a problem, though?
I mean, it wasn't for like the first hour or so, but then after a while, you really you need to continue your research. But there's this cat, and it just gets right on top of your book and just lays down and will not move.
Sounds like a cat.
So then we did think to summon some dogs. But that's when things went right, and we decided that would be a terrible idea. We don't want to get into like a children's fairy tale here. Trying to think of one last thing to go wrong here.
Well,
So instead,
tell me about the lead that eventually gets you closer to getting the spells.
right. So in particular, it would be actually in a bit of a history book detailing not Naltham himself, but some of his students or students of students, etc. People who trace their academic lineage back towards him. One of which would particularly be a wizard who was born and spent most of his life in Rengal, a city to the northwest of Orsham. And so some of the books detail some of his exploits and the great magics that he's done. And reading into it a bit, these exploits and great tasks seem a little bit exaggerated. More like he was, just tricking people than actually doing incredible things. But his trickery was pretty good. He had some pretty good illusions, which is particularly the sort of magic that Venric was interested in. So with some help from the history book, he's able to look through the spell books with a bit of a better direction this time and find what he's looking for.
Perfect. Fortunately enough, you were able to drive off most of the cats along the way. You'll hear lots of in the middle of the night now, but otherwise, the library did end up keeping one of the cats, who's a black and white kind of spotted looking Bengal cat who enjoys kind of playing around with the head librarian.
Yep, gotta get something to keep away the mice.
And what better than a lovely cat? So Venric stumbles in about 1. He's really tired. He smells of rat, crow, and catnip, and he just crashes. Were you sharing a room with anyone? I don't think so.
I don't think I was. I could be wrong.
It was Icus Balgrim, Cortanus Belcax, and then Venric had his own room, and the slaves now have their room. So you crash in your room. You don't disturb anybody aside from a few of the patrons that are still downstairs, but they're wasted, so it doesn't really matter.
Yep, I'll sleepily prepare an alarm spell just on my door and then go to bed.
Okay. It doesn't end up going off throughout the night. You wake up and something unfortunate has happened to Cortanus. Cortanus, go ahead and tell me what happened.
Wait, overnight?
Yep, something sad, not detrimental or catastrophic, but something that you go, that is a bummer. I'm sorry that happened to you.
I'd say she found out that over the commotion in the past few days, she's missing her signet ring.
Gasp!
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
What a bummer.
I know.
I mean, it wasn't doing her any good, but still something to remember.
Indeed. Hopefully when you die and get resummoned, it'll be back.
Hoping. She doesn't know that.
I like the when you die, not the if you die.
Oh, she's gonna die eventually. She's human still.
And going with Cortanus' history of I charge into battle recklessly,
It'll be
probably
soon,
sooner than later. You face a green dragon. I charge in recklessly.
See, Roxy took the fall this time for dying.
I had to get out of your system, like, I knew one of you was going to die, I just had to make sure it was Goblin you.
Right, I'd gone way too long without dying at every session.
There was a whole session where you didn't go down, we had to fix that.
Exactly. There was like 3 in a row. It was weird.
So you wake up, and Cortanus seems a bit distressed because she realized her signet ring has gone missing, but otherwise, things are things. You wake up.
Oh crap. Weren't we supposed to meet on Glessiso at the church?
Yep.
No, he was one of the kids we grabbed when we left.
Yeah, when you grabbed him when you got the slaves.
I don't think he was there yet, was he?
No, he was still out doing errands.
Ah.
Because that's what he had sent you to do, or that's what he had sent Glessiso to do, while he set the other ones to work in the church.
While we're still in the inn, I'm gonna cast Locate Object for Cortanus' signet ring. In case it's still here.
What's the active range on that?
Give me just a second to pull it up.
1,000 feet.
Yeah, 1,000 feet.
Help me out. 1,000 feet is like 300 yards, right? 400 yards?
Yeah, about that range.
333.
300 meters. I don't know what that is in yards.
A meter is approximately 1 yard.
So like basically 333.
Yeah, because the yard is 3 feet.
A little over.
Okay. So, you know it to be somewhere northwest of you, in the city, 1,000 feet away or less. It's probably closer to 700. But you know that northwest of you is more towards the higher end districts. So you can assume some
Is that the
things.
direction the church is in?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let Cortanis know it's probably in the church.
That's just a cringe moment.
Oh, good. Okay. I'll go with you. I want to see if Unglessiso's there and badger the asshole into giving more information if he isn't.
Yeah, I'll go with Cortanis as well. I also want to put like some weights in my glove.
I'll go just to be a human dowsing rod.
Fulcrum, do you accompany?
Sure.
So you go down, you eat breakfast, you have rations, whatever you do in the morning. You know, Fulgrim gets up, or Ikis gets up, and he's really excited. He's like, "Wake up! It's time to get up! Everybody up! It's morning!"
I'm not going to need to hit anything. I have a cowbell.
Right.
If they don't wake up, I'm going to start using the cowbell.
I'm up.
Wake up, rise and shine! If you don't wake up, I'm going to use the cowbell!
Do not scare the children, Icus.
Oh, I won't scare them, don't worry. I got
As soon as Ikis says get up, they are all standing outside of the door, dressed and arms behind their back, ready to go. Aside from the... Oh no, the 4-year-old didn't go with you guys. The 4-year-old was with the purple. So they're all ready to go. Arms folded behind their backs.
And they're all there?
All 4 of them.
Wow.
3.
2,
You
1.
do not have to stand at attention. I was just yelling at them to get up, not you guys.
What the hell's
You
going
can
on?
see they need it.
Real quick, are there only 3?
Yes.
Only 3 what?
Yeah, it's Jess, Totem,
Tomba.
and Hick.
Yeah.
Jess is the one I bought, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You bought the girl. Belcax bought the sickly boy to be the page for Cortanis. And then Cortanis bought the 14-year-old.
Yeah, the 4th one you're thinking of is Icus's altar boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Silly me.
Yeah, the one that we may or may not have abandoned at the church. Oh, God. Alright. God, let's go. Let's just go to the church.
Quickly.
So you head up to the church, and using the dowsing rod, it does lead you directly to the Temple of Pelor. When you get inside, Anglesiso is just kind of like doing some sweeping around, and the priest greets you.
Oh, look who's back. They say they're gonna leave. They take all the kids, and then they don't take all the fucking kids.
You hush.
Tell
Unless
me
it's
to
a
hush. It's my church.
I
Mine.
guess we need to ask him some questions first, so try to relax a bit.
I will relax. I am cool. I will be cool, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Better idea. You go talk to Inglesso and let Belkex deal with the smoking fellow.
Excellent idea.
Hey,
I will do that.
I don't smoke anymore. All right. I worked in the mines for a while. I got the black lung.
Oh, okay.
That sucks, friend.
Don't care.
See, I got the black lung.
So, about our fourth kid that we left here.
Yeah.
You know where he is?
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, he's already here.
Oh, okay.
And Wesselso's here.
He was sweeping when
I
we
know.
came in.
So you gonna take him or what? I'm not looking to keep the kid.
Well, that's up to him. I guess needs to go talk to him first.
Also, don't you have some sort of donation for the extra time? Where the Church of Pelor took care of your ward, slave kid, whatever he is?
That's not our slave kid. And I think he earned his keep for the night, so
Debatable.
do you really want to debate that, friend?
I mean, are you trying to challenge me? You trying to challenge the priest of Pelor?
I'm just asking questions right now.
Look,
If
you
you
want to
wanna
arm
throw
wrestle.
down.
If you want to arm wrestle, we'll arm wrestle.
If any arm wrestling is happening, it shall be with me, sir.
Shh, don't tell him that.
I'm not gonna arm wrestle a girl who's got scars up on her face. I don't want to touch her. She's gross.
The feeling is mutual, sir. However, hast thou seen a ring?
Oh, yeah. I guess I'll finish up finding it since locate object is still working.
Miss Gaetanis, this one, I think this is yours. Angles outreaches his hand, and on his thumb is your signet ring.
Thou art a Saint Inglis,
Of course, I found it, and I thought I'd keep it for you.
She'll smile for probably the first time in a good long time, just genuinely.
Oh God, you look worse when you smile. Put that thing away.
All right, friend.
She's
Stop
not
insulting.
even, not even caring at this point. She's going over to Anglesazo. Is he, like, standing already, or is he just down? Because otherwise she'd help him up.
Oh no, he was sweeping, so he's up.
Okay. She'll take the broom from him, though, and set it up against a nearby wall.
Hey, at least put that back in the closet. We're not pigs. This isn't a sty. We don't just leave stuff out.
Then she'll do it.
Really? Could have fooled me.
Hey! Don't you comment on the state of my church. It's beautiful in here. Beautiful! It's like
With
the
a
lady
few
of love, you
exceptions.
know, spotless. Pristine. Immaculate. They say cleanliness is next to godliness. So we keep the Church of Pelor eatable. You can eat anywhere. You drop food on the floor, probably cleaner than your plate.
Maybe you should spend more time washing your dishes.
Katanis is just gonna kind of mutter under her breath to Anglesazo, like, methinks the man doth protest too much.
Lady, you're speaking again. We don't understand your hibbity-jibbity old English.
So I take off my glove, cast Mage Hand, hand it to the glove, and ask him what do the 5 fingers say to the face.
I don't know, what kind of riddle is this?
Slap! Smack him with the glove.
That's it, buddy.
Wait,
It's
blink.
going down. Staring contest.
Staring contest?
Yeah, you can't beat me. I'm the best starer there is.
All right, I'll start staring him down.
All right, so
And
go
then
ahead.
smack him again with the glove.
As you go to smack him again, he puts his hand up and grabs his gloves.
There ain't no cheating in the staring contest.
Cortana is gonna quickly usher Anglesso out and then go back over to Belcax before he gets smacked. And keep that from happening.
I'm just gonna leave with Unglasses though. I don't even care. I'm gonna go back to the inn with him.
Okay.
I
Go
am
ahead.
so over this asshole.
Belcax, go ahead and roll a d20. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Oh man, we gotta go. We gotta go for doubles now. Roll 2d20. Oof.
Ooh.
Oof.
Can Cortana's just kind of like lean over towards him, trying to get him to look at her face a little bit and see if he blinks.
Yeah, as you lean over a little bit to try and like divert his attention, you get a little close to Belcax's face, and your hair just kind of sets off the senses, and he blinks out of a reaction.
Damn it.
Way to go.
Oh, that was the opposite of what I wanted to do.
Ah, see? Told ya. Ain't no one can beat me in no staring contest. You scaly lizard. Now get out of my church.
I slap him with the glove again.
He is still holding the glove from when he caught it before.
Then I let go of the glove with my mage hand and slap him with the mage hand.
If you could only do that.
Direct magical assault.
You can't do that, unfortunately.
He can't
Why not?
cause damage.
Yeah,
well,
but it's-
I mean, you can totally slap people with it. You just can't slap 4 damage, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
He gets slapped, and he's like, all the playfulness is kind of gone from his face. He's like,
Get out. I'm keeping the glove.
Are you going to apologize to my friend or not?
It is not worth it, my lord.
I already
You
asked him
shan't
a
leave,
question.
but please give back the gloves, sir.
Oh, he can keep the damn glove. He owes you an apology.
he throws the glove at you.
I'm sorry you're ugly as sin. Now get out.
She's just gonna quickly snatch it and shrug and just quickly turn and walk.
I stride up and get 2 inches from his face and say, "Excuse me, I didn't quite hear you."
My
I'm
lord,
sorry you're ugly as sin.
I smack him upside the head with the mage hand again.
He smacks you upside the head.
nah,
without-
Cortana's. Can I try to like use my new thing to get between my new ability?
You can add your dexterity to Belcax's AC. I don't think you'll need to, though.
I don't care. Just getting up in his face is an intimidation thing. Just to back down.
He goes to smack, and Cortanus is there. Like, both of you have your hand up to catch his hand at the exact same moment. So he's got both Belcax and Cortanus grabbing onto his arm.
I said get out of my church. Enough with the slippity slaps.
We
I
will
want
leave
you out.
when you
You're
apologize.
you're not welcome in the Church of Pelor.
My lord, it is enough, please.
No, we aren't leaving yet.
Is that in order, my lord?
You do what you want. I am taking care of this.
I shall not leave thee, my lord.
You looking to get banned from every church? Huh? I can send out the word. I'm a high
Please.
priest. I'll get you banned from every church of Pelor.
That's fine. I don't need to go into a church of Palor.
My lord.
Oh, you think your Bahamut is gonna always be there to save you? No, Pelor. Pelor is there to save everybody except for you now. I'm sending out the word.
I just want to know if you like having teeth.
I
My
love
lord.
having teeth. That's why mine are pretty and well taken care of. I brush weekly.
So you want to keep them then?
Son, you're cruising for a bruising.
Haven't heard that
Do
one in a
not,
while.
do not threaten my lord.
Then take care of him. Get him out of here.
You can get me to leave as soon as you apologize to my friend.
I already said I'm sorry to her for her predicament. It's not my fault she's ugly.
You're not very good at this apology thing, are you?
I doth not care, my lord, please. I have heard worse from better people.
Him insulting you is akin to him insulting me.
Also, having heard worse from better people is kind of an insult to yourself as it is.
A little bit.
Yeah, and she doesn't care.
Yeah, she's as vain as a rock.
Hi guys, what's going on? What did I miss while I was outside with Unglessiso?
Hey, short stuff. Get your lizard friend out of here. He's making threats. I'm about to quarantine him. No more Church of Pelor for you or your group.
I'm sorry?
He's making threats against the high priest of Pelor and physically assaulting him. No, I'm not having it.
I'm about to do more than physically assault you.
I'm about to get the guard.
Hold on. You're a high priest of Pelor.
Yeah, so I shit sunshine. What does that have to do with this?
Then why are you insulting people and telling them that you can, what was it I heard you say? That Pelor watches out for everyone except them?
That was my threat. If he didn't leave, was I'd ban him from further churching of Peloring. Right? No more Pelor for you. Is what's gonna happen.
Is he the Pelor Nazi?
My friend, please. You do not have the authority to do that. I don't have the authority to do that with New Semni. Only our gods can decide that.
You God is dead.
If they
Does somebody even have churches?
About them being in a church, they will make their disapproval known. Trust me.
Alright, one, your God is dead. You're gonna have to live with that. Right? You got no powers because your God is dead. 2, High Priest do what High Priests want. Alright? 3, he is threatening the High Priest. I'm gonna get the God.
4, I'm done with this. Fire breath his hair.
Can Katara's try to get in the between that?
Nope. Fire breath is pretty immediate.
Damn it.
Okay, so you go for his hair, and it's not something that you can aim precisely hair level. It's more of like top of head, and hopefully he ducks. Unfortunately for you, he doesn't duck, and you get him right in the face, and the entirety of his face and top of head burns, and without even an extended scream, he just kind of drops dead.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I'm just grabbing Icus by the back of the whatever he's wearing and just dragging his ass out. Let's go.
You just
No,
killed the High
I'm not
Priest of
leaving a
Pelor.
dead priest of Pelor in here.
No,
Go get
we're gone.
Unglessiso, take him to
We're
the
gone.
inn.
We're gone.
Go get Unglessiso, take him to the inn. I'll deal with this.
Kratos is
What are you
basically
gonna
just
do?
stunned at this point.
I don't know, I'll think of something, but get Unglessiso out of here. I don't want him seeing this.
All right, I'm going.
Good, go.
Get out of here quick, you two. And I run out, I grab Unglacios and get him back to the end.
Okay, Venric, where are you in all this?
Oh no. I mean, I'm kind of a sarcastic asshole, but I'm not quite okay with just murdering people.
Yep.
Surprisingly. I mean, it wasn't even for science.
I warned him.
That doesn't mean you breathe fire in his face.
It was aimed at his hair. He didn't duck. That's his fault.
My lord, what was thou thinking? Think of thy family. Think of thy heritage. Think of
He
thy
lost
life.
a duel. What can I say?
It's not a
You
duel, my
just
lord.
straight up murdered a priest.
A duel has honor, and both sides agree to it. That was not a duel, my lord. Thou dost not know. How does thou
I
not
slapped him in the
know
face.
what
He
has...
accepted.
Dost thou think
All right.
this was what I wanted, my lord?
I wanted him to apologize.
Was it worth this?
Let's just go back to the inn, deal with the children, and I'll put him to rest. And I'll find someone else to watch the temple for him.
You sure you want to hear?
So we're just gonna leave it at that?
We're
I
They'll
shall
have-
take full blame.
no,
It was my fault.
no.
Can we search him real quick to make sure he wasn't like someone in disguise? Because he was real shady.
He wasn't shady, he was just an asshole.
Yes, you
It's
can
pretty
search him
straightforward.
if you want.
Oh my
We
god.
went around just killing every single asshole. I wouldn't even be alive.
This
I
is my
searched-
fault, Icus.
I searched
Had I not been
specifically to
here.
see if there was anything problematic on his person.
Elcax chose.
In his
That's-
pocket, he has an itinerary for his masses tomorrow. He has in his other pocket, he has a schedule of his 10-day events. It looks like he's going to serve soup down in the poor districts tomorrow. After that, he has a general mass for all those who can't attend regular services. After that, he has to go do a youth sermon where he essentially gives kids who are down on their luck things to do to try and help better themselves. And the list kind of goes on and on that way, where like his itinerary looks like he's a good guy, despite the fact that he acts like a dick.
Hey, you know what? I can't deal with this anymore. You guys figure out what you're doing. I'm going back to the inn.
Good. Fucking Christ. What a pickle you landed us in. Alright.
What am I supposed to
Somebody
do?
needs to tell the guards that we did just murder a priest of Palor.
It was me.
No.
No, it was
Yes,
not.
It was.
No.
I am thy
No.
tool, my lord. I am thy scapegoat. That is all I can do in this situation
Do
now.
you
this
really
is all
think
I can
they're gonna-
do.
Do you really think they're going to believe you set him on fire?
Besides
Yeah.
that,
Hast thou looked at me?
Yeah, between the two, who do you think they're going to believe?
The one who admits it, and I shall.
Well, I also command that you don't do this.
Oh, she just hold her hands at that. Hangs her head the one time. One time is this.
Okay,
One
so
time I can truly
about
protect you, and it is this, my lord.
Oh God. All right. Here's my proposal. I'll notify the inn, the guards, that the priest is dead. Nothing else beyond that. You all should go back to the inn and get ready to leave. I'll take care of things here.
as you say that, you hear the sounds of many pairs of feet outside and the clink of armor as guards walk in
Go.
upon the scene of the priest dead and you three kind of making a plan around him.
I expected that.
You! Weapons down!
What weapons?
Yeah,
I
she
see a
does
sword on
actually-
her hip,
Yeah. Two.
and his as well.
It's not even drawn.
Put him on the floor.
I will unbuckle my sword belt and put it on the ground.
Yeah. She'll basically take her blades out, set them down, and immediately they just become hilts.
That is super freaky. I don't like
First time
all
I
this
remember
magic.
that what happened.
I don't like all this magic. Alright. You three, go pat him down.
You come up and
Oh, before they do that, wait. I also have this knife, and I'll put it on the ground next to my sword.
he
Before I
leans
forget.
over. He leans over to a younger looking guard who looks nervous. Like,
See? This is why we always pat them down.
I'm being cooperative.
so he pats you down. They take your wand plus your dagger if you had one, Belcax. They obviously take all of your weapons, but otherwise leave you with your possessions.
Alright. Cuff him. Get this place secured. Make sure no one else leaves. And take them to the guard center.
Do you all go willingly?
Yeah.
Yep, I will go willingly. Again. Fucking Christ, they're so gonna lock me up for this.
Did not see this session panning out this way.
Yeah, Cortana's just really horrified.
Okay, so it takes 5 minutes to get back to the nearest tower, at which point they do a change, and it takes another 45 minutes to get you to the main holding tower. From there, you wait probably an hour, at which point we're going to go to those who are at the inn. Anglosiso, the other three, Falgrim, and Venric.
How did we end up babysitting the kids? Seriously.
It's a good thing someone did.
Like, of the
Yeah.
two people to do it, we are probably the two worst choices.
But
Just-
I'm seriously considering telling him, okay, you're free now, get out of here.
I mean, this has been a very be in character and fuck shit up kind of session, so.
Fulgrim is totally at the table, his hands in his eyes, or yeah, his head being supported. Don't know how to describe the position. It's the one I'm actually in right now, though.
Head in hands.
Fuck do we do now? Head in his hands.
I mean, we could go break them out, but I don't even think we should.
He turned himself in. I don't know what he expects to happen.
I mean, he didn't really turn himself in. He got caught at the scene. There's
So
a
much
difference.
better. He
It's
chose
worse.
to be at the scene. His plan was to tell the guards about this.
Belcax? I don't think Belcax was planning
No,
on telling
no,
the
no.
guards. But I just didn't do
I have
anything.
no idea what the hell is going through Belcax's head, but if anything.
Right. My point is, Icus didn't do anything. He'll be fine unless he tries to lie to cover Belcax. I mean, don't forget, they've got at least one person here who can do a zone of truth. They can find out what happened. If people want to cooperate.
We still have the inn for a day, right?
Sorry, say it again?
We still have the inn for a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Until later on tonight.
All right, make sure the kids get some food and tell them not to leave the inn while we go figure out what the hell we're going to do, if anything. Because I don't even, strictly, do we even know where they are?
No, it took them, it's probably been like 45 minutes since you guys got back to the inn. At which point you were like, and they're definitely in custody now because it's taken way too long.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk to the guards to find out. But considering as how have already both been previously arrested and let go, like within the past 2 days, and now we're going after, like, asking about people who just murdered the priest, it's probably not going to go over too well. I do still have the locate object spell prepared, so I could find them with that.
You know what we have, though? We have kids who can run messages for us.
Oh, this is true.
We could send the tall one.
We could send Anglesso looking for Icus. That's
Yeah, just give
believable.
him a note saying, like, you know, we're his friends. We want to know what's up. You know, is he arrested? On what charges? We're not disputing anything. We're just curious. If the phrase this correctly. Which I could probably do.
Hold on. Or we could just say that we don't even know where he is. File like a missing persons report, being like, "Hey, we had 3 friends. We expected them back at the inn. They've gone missing. We're afraid somebody might have like attacked them."
If you've heard
and then
anything.
of course they'll be like, "Oh, we know who those people are. We arrested them."
Oh, that works. Yeah, let's do that. I like that idea.
Okay. We'll have to wait till evening though.
Yeah, I have to wait a little while.
Otherwise,
you have paper, right?
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna sit here and drink.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I'll join you.
Sounds pretty dwarven.
Sounds
Pretty
like
much.
an excellent plan.
So over the course of a couple of hours, you guys make it through like 3 gold worth of alcohol.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's a lot of alcohol, but that's, probably right.
Go ahead and do a Constitution saving throw for me.
Poison?
Getting drunk.
19.
Getting drunk would probably count as a poison. So yeah, sure.
Roll the dice to see if you're getting drunk.
I need to see if they're just shit faced.
I got a 19 on my save, so.
No, you're both good. You know how to handle and pace. Either that or you
I know
purged and
that
rallied.
song. I sing
It's-
that song a lot.
From Bard's Tale.
It's just kind of a shanty too, or at least somewhat one. We sing that at tavern a lot.
End of session. Remind me to have you describe that because I don't know what you're referencing.
I can find you a clip of it on YouTube.
Super.
It's called Charlie Mops. It's a song. It's a fake song about the fake creator of beer.
Like I
It's pretty
said,
great.
it's from the Bard's Tale, which if you have not played,
It's not from Bard's Tale, but it's
Is
used
it
in
not?
Bard's Tale. Yes.
I always thought that's what it was from. Anyway, if you have not played Bard's Tale, you should play Bard's Tale because it's hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's an awesome song.
It's a folk song from the British Isles.
There's other songs in the Bard's Tale though that are also great. The Nucklefee is the best.
Oh, look, it's on Steam for an affordable price.
Yep.
Okay, so back to our game before I go play that game. It's now nighttime. Johnson tells you that, hey, if you want to keep your rooms, it's gonna be another 5 gold per room.
Jesus, this is an expensive place.
Yeah, let's just get 2 rooms though. One for the kids and one for us.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not like we got to keep getting rooms for the other people who weren't here.
So it's still 5 gold from each of us.
Yep.
At some point, we're gonna have to start getting paid again.
Right.
All right, and let's send that note.
Well, do we want to send a note or do we just want to go to the guard post ourselves?
I want to send a note because I don't want to go there and then say, "Oh, you're in on it," which I think they'll totally do. I mean, admittedly, they could come back here for us anyway, but
All right. Let's send Anglissa with a note then.
So it takes roughly 30 minutes for Anglesiso to get back, and when he gets back, he's panting. They've been arrested. Main guard tower.
okay. Run back.
Murder.
Look at Falgrim. Well, what now? I mean, that's kind of what we already knew.
You can't leave them. All right, let me see if I can go talk to them. At least figure out what the hell happened and what they're thinking. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, go to the main tower. Put the kids in the room. Make sure they know better than to leave. They're all fed and stuff.
You give them the order to bed up, tuck themselves in, read each other good night stories, not fight.
I'll leave him a couple of children's books.
Of course, like, why wouldn't you? And then you both go to the main guard tower, right?
Yeah.
So as you get in, you 3 have been sitting in a cell, pretty much isolated from everyone else. So not much has gone on aside from chit-chat between each other. As you 2 come to the guard tower, the guard center, you see the same elf from earlier, already having just been let through, walking towards the cells. As you go to enter, they put up their hand, they pat you down, they ask why you're there. When you tell them to see your friends, they're like, "Oh, you better get back there quick."
All right, check my weapons. Then you're not gonna let me bring weapons back.
Oh no, they don't let you bring anything back. They do the pat down. They take wands, stabs, weapons. You know, pointy objects of any sort.
Yeah, I would have left my dagger back there, so nothing with me.
Is there any sort of like feeling or anything like that, considering Cortanus is essentially an extension of the swords, like being that far away from them at any given time?
You feel weak, and things are beginning to become hazy for you.
So that's basically how she would feel normally anyway. That works.
More so. As
Yeah.
the longer and farther you are apart, it's like a fog slowly sets over you.
We like slumped across like the back of the thing, just kind of sort of half spacing out, but looking down.
So the temporary Emir arrives, and shortly after, Fulgrim and Venric jog down and join. Fulgrim, Venric, Icus, Katanas, Belcax. I see we meet again. And
Indeed, we do.
yet again for murder. I must tell you, this doesn't look good. You see her wave her hands in a very similar manner as the same spell drips over the area. If you would like to try and save against the Zone of Truth, please make a charisma save.
I failed my save.
Voluntary fail.
I'll go for the fail.
Bold move.
Did I hear... Venric, are you failing?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and fail.
Okay. So she looks at Cortanis and kind of squints her eyes a bit. But then goes back to a very straight face. So, Icus, why don't you start? Tell me exactly what happened, who was there, and how this all came to be.
Oh boy. Alright. Well, we were all going to the Church of Pelor to pick up a boy that I met in the lower districts by the name of Unglesiso, and to search for Cortanis' lost signet ring. We ran into the local priest there. He was obstructive and repeatedly insulted Cortanis and myself and Belcax. Belcax repeatedly demanded that he apologize for the insults to both himself and to Cortanis, and therefore, by extension, himself again. And he, after repeatedly apologizing that she was ugly as sin, I believe were his exact words, Belcax breathed fire on him.
She turns around. And you were the one who delivered the message?
What's message?
No, I did not deliver any message.
Is this not your message?
Oh, it is, but I did not deliver it.
I'll be more straightforward with my wording in the future. Shooks of Fulgrim. And where were you during all this?
I was outside the church with Icus. We heard an argument, but we had already found the young man, so I stayed with the young man while Icus tried to figure out what was going on. I only stepped in briefly in the aftermath. I do not know what happened.
Did you see anything of importance worth noting here?
No.
Belcax, is it true that you indeed did breathe fire on this man?
Yes.
In retaliation for verbal insults?
There was no retaliation. I smacked him with my glove. He accepted. That happened.
Smacked him with your glove. Accepted
He
what?
he accepted a staring contest.
A staring contest.
There's only one duel. There's only one acceptance I know of when someone slaps you with the glove.
Were you both equipped with swords?
A duel is a duel, regardless of the weapon. He chose to use eyes. I used what I naturally have.
Out of characters, don't duels usually require things like witnesses and formalities?
Yeah.
And rules.
Typically, you challenge someone to a duel and then you schedule it. But they're
Yeah.
totally within lines of saying, all right here, right now. If
Right,
that's when
but they can't just say right here, right now, and then start killing each other. Like, they still need witnesses and an impartial judge and all that.
Uh-huh.
You can't
Depends.
remain ignorance because you're a noble. I don't know how Dragonborn duels work, though.
You just saw. I mean, you slap him with the glove and then you breathe fire on him.
Apparently.
Except in Dragonborn circles, the fire is usually not as effective against each other, dependingly.
You. It's honest. Tell me. What is your take on all this?
She is kind of staring off into space a little bit, but she eventually kind of lifts her eyes kind of wearily and pauses a good long time. looks to Belcax, looks back. I have failed in my duty, and I unfortunately was not involved. She just kind of like she paused a second before saying not involved, remembering what Belcax said. But still kind of pausing maybe a little too long about it.
I see. Icus, did you or Katanas try to stop Belcax?
Yes, we did.
The matter is settled. Belcax, you will be hanged for your crime and are sentenced to death. In 1 week's time, you will be taken to the gallows and hung until dead. The rest of you
Whoa.
are free to go.
Whoa.
As a question, how so? I mean, it was a straight up duel. Does not work like that here?
No, duels require witnesses, judges, the proper formalities, and a set time and date for both parties.
It was set right then and there.
Who is
I
your
don't see how
judge?
that didn't work. Figured Icus was. I mean, he's straight up guy.
I guess, did you formally accept to be the judge of the duel?
I did not.
The ruling will stand.
What if we made a deal?
What deal?
You have slavers and generally awful people running around the streets of your lower district. What if we got rid of them?
Go on.
We get rid of the Mafwa clan and stop the slave auctions going on in the lower districts. In exchange, Belcax goes free.
And you expect freedom for him while this all goes on, am I correct?
We need his abilities.
So, just to be clear, you want him to walk away, go outside of the city, adventuring to where?
The Mafwa have they call it a retreat that they take their new purchases to. We'll find them there.
And do you know where that is?
No, not at present, but we can find it.
So traveling to who knows where for who knows what amount of time. After murdering someone in broad daylight. In the Church of Pelor, no less.
Yes.
We may at least know where to go. If Venric's familiar comes back.
Very true.
Get all of them out of the city. And then I will consider the second part of this of your proposal.
Ma'am, this will be a very significant undertaking, and we had certain other plans we needed to fulfill as well. I need something better than consider.
I had very important things to do today as well before you went and murdered the High Priest of Pelor.
Funny
Like-
how that works out.
Yeah, life kind of happens that way, and we adjust.
Yeah, too bad it wasn't a murder.
Please
Cax?
let me take
No.
the Lord's place. Please.
No.
I'm sorry, what was that, dear?
Sorry?
Belcash just looks at Kurtanis and shakes his head.
Did you say you would like to take his place?
That is the only thing I can do for him now.
You did not commit the crime. Why are you so willing to die for him?
I am his knight. I am responsible. I am his blade.
You didn't commit the murder. But you're willing to die for the person.
If he dies, I die.
She questions the validity of the statement, knowing that you can lie. Icus, Belcax, is this true? If you die, is she also taken?
Pretty much.
That is an uneven trade indeed. Is the vice versa true?
Nope.
No.
It's settled then.
But I'm not going to let her do that.
What authority do you have?
I'm going to order her not to do that.
Oh, well. That would be the authority that you have over your indentured servant. We seem to be at an impasse. I cannot sentence you to death because it would take 2 lives. And at the same time, I cannot sentence her to death. Or she cannot choose to go to death for you while you disapprove.
But aren't you working out a deal with Icus that would solve all these problems?
Yes.
Kind of a win-win for everyone here.
You get rid of slavers.
Well, except for the priest of Pelor, but
Indeed.
Duel's a duel, Venric. Shh.
yeah, I'm quite familiar with the laws around dueling in several countries. And I'm not sure of any that would qualify as a duel in.
Well. You have 4 days to rid the city of the Mafia. If you're not rid of them by then, and without any more bloodshed, I might add, your friend will be hanged for his crimes.
Wait. We're not allowed to kill the Mafia as we get rid of them?
Indeed.
Okay.
Is that only within city limits? Or
You may not leave the city until you have cleared them out of the city. And then I will consider allowing you to go further.
All right, I have to ask, if we fail, then you will carry out the original sentence?
If you fail, I won't have to sentence you to death.
I shall already
What?
be dead.
I'm sorry, I don't understand your leadership.
If you fail to rid the Mafia, they will come back in droves.
Oh, right.
They will.
But we'll be allowed to leave and deal with it on our own.
There will be vigilante justice before you leave the city gates. At which point, it'd be such a hassle for me. Please don't fail.
Very well. I am in agreement, but I can't speak for the rest of them.
I need your verbal contract from each of you.
Actually, wait. I want to insight this bitch. Is she telling the truth?
Also, would it be possible to put a gas on Belcax to rid the
I'm giving
Mafia?
myself disadvantage since I'm already kind of half out of it.
Or would that be too advanced for this sort of society?
I'm sorry, a what on him?
A gas? Like a magical binding to do something?
I think it's a little
Essentially
too
like a
advanced.
suggestion spell, but stronger.
Code Geass.
Yeah, then
Right.
an item enchanted with a suggestion spell would probably be a little too powerful, especially if it was compelling you to do something openly dangerous like this.
Okay. Just curious.
I mean, it might work if it's like clean the streets for your sentence, but probably not
Right.
this.
Right. That's just something you can do in like higher fantasy, but
Welcome to low fantasy, bitches.
yep.
So I guess you're pretty sure that she can't tell lies in the zone of truth, because magic. Cortanis, you realize that she probably would be able to lie, but she seems straightforward so far.
Wait, why would she cast her zone of truth on herself?
She's inside the zone of truth.
It doesn't matter. It's just whoever's inside it. But you can.
Is in the zone.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll be that guy. I'm not sure it's worth the risk. Belkex kind of did this to himself. As much as, getting rid of the Mafia is a noble cause, to do so under such constraints is a fool's errand. I don't feel
To
that
be
she's
fair,
being
we don't have
unfair
to get
with
rid
the
of the
offer.
Mafia. We just have to kick them out of the town.
Like I was saying, I don't think she's being unfair with the offer, but I don't think it's a thing we can do.
Not with that attitude.
Not with any attitude. Attitude is not the issue. They're an entrenched power. There wouldn't be slave auctions in the first place. She wants us to.
That's
Would we have
something-
any support from the guards?
That's something we need to talk to the substitute emir about. Making sure that the guards will actually do something about slavery.
Well, I mean, she's still here, right?
Yeah, she's right in front of you.
Yeah. So would we have support from the guards in kicking the Mafia out?
You will have no open opposition from the guards.
That wasn't what I asked.
No, you won't.
After we have driven them out, will they actually keep them out?
Yes.
Good. Well, that's something.
Now please, your verbal agreement to the deal. Ikis, you have accepted. Kurtanis.
Tass is gonna look to Belcax. Does very, very kind of like stoic, but obviously keeping herself like as focused as possible, even though it's not by much at this point.
Belcax nods his head.
I agree.
Did you nod your head yes or no?
You nodded her head and said yes, she agrees.
One last question, and I know I have no right to ask this. Seeing as how I didn't murder anybody, I figured it's worth at least a shot. We had been planning on leaving the city today, which means our funds are running a little bit low. While we're staying in town to rid the clan of Mafwa, would the city be willing to provide food and lodging for us?
You were planning on leaving before you were allowed to leave due to the other murder investigation that you're involved in?
Were we not allowed to leave from that?
No.
Oh. Well, never mind. Regardless, funds are running low. And seeing as how we're working for you, food and lodging seems like a minor fee to compensate those of us who aren't vicious murderers.
You make a fair point. I'll speak to the head guard. See if you can't stay in the cells while you do your
That's
investigations.
not really going to work for me.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm so sorry. What would work for you? Would you like to stay in the palace? Perhaps in the old Emir's bedchambers? No. Please, allow me to dote on you hand and foot personally.
Alright, you know what? I didn't kill anybody. I don't have to put up with this. Yeah, I'm just gonna start walking out. I'll see you in the library.
Have a good day, Venric.
Let's stare at Icus some more.
Fulgrim, your
I'll
verbal agreement?
stay back.
It's a big decision, Your Grace.
It's time to make it. Yes or no?
My apologies, Belcax. I cannot make this deal. I will not be leaving, Your Grace. Obviously, due to the other matter that is yet to be resolved. But I will neither promise. I'll make no promises to do anything about internal affairs of the city, either.
Of course. I completely understand. Be sure to stop by the inn and grab your 4 wards.
No, I think I'll just stay there and deal with the cost.
Grab my corn pouch from the guards. It's plenty full.
I'll nod.
Yeah, and I'm planning on just staying at the library from now on rather than the inn.
Icus, Krutanus, you are both free to go. Belcax, you will stay within custody at least for the rest of today while we get the matter figured out.
All right.
All right.
I cannot leave you, my lord.
You need to go where you're not going to feel like crap, so I'll be fine in here.
I wonder about that.
I'll remind you. Don't leave Orsham.
Don't worry. We're bloody well reminded.
Have a good day. She turns and begins to walk towards the entrance.
And mutter under my breath in Dwarvish, go fuck yourself.
That's what I have chambermaids for.
Damn, woman!
The Queen of Sass has spoken.
I will give her a slow clap as she leaves the dungeon. That was good.
Alright.
Kadaz has no idea what's going on, but she's just literally shaking for various reasons.
Right. We need to get you whatever it is that stops humans shaking. Do you have a disease? I'll hit her with healing.
It's not going to work, I guess.
You know her to be a drug addict.
Oh.
No, you
And her
do
drug
not.
is getting killed.
I mean, apparently
Clearly.
you can be a drug addict. We can be addicts together.
Those sword hilters constantly pumping heroin into the body.
She has to get off on that adrenaline. It's why she's always rushing into combat.
I'm too far away from myself.
Too far away from yourself? What, are we going existentialist here?
Is it the swords?
Let's give a small nod at that.
Huh. Okay, then. Another thing to add to the list. Let's get you those swords. And I need mine back as well. So I guess we'll leave and grab our stuff from the guards.
Yep. On your way out, you're given all your personal effects that were taken when you were arrested.
Good.
As you grab your now reinstated swords and you grab the longsword of Alter Steps, Kutanis, you feel much better. You guys exit and head towards the inn. And with that, we're going to end the session for tonight, because... Wow! What the literal fuck?
Right? Oh my god!
The actual fuck!
Sorry.
What? Sorry?
Yay, murder hobos.
I wasn't trying to murder the
we're not
guy.
murder hobos yet. We actually stayed and, paid the price and shit.
There's
We
literally
spent
no
the next
way you can do
half
non-lethal
session
damage
trying
with
to-
fire.
You stayed and
literally
paid the price because the guards showed up while you were standing over the body and you're like, okay,
I
how
was
do we
only
run
trying
out
to
of
set
this?
his hair on fire. I wasn't trying to kill him.
Well, you're
There's
freaking
more
human.
than a-
What happens when you breathe fire on people?
It's
You
like
would think
a
I'd have a
cone.
lot of practice and be a good shot at it.
It's a 15-foot cone.
Yeah, but you aim up over his head.
So
Or
big.
maybe set the church on fire, but I mean, I would be fairly
Christ.
close at that point.
I have to say, that was some expert plot derailment.
You want to set something small on fire, like a candle or a bit
It's
of
like-
hair. You use prestidigitation. You don't open your mouth and go dragon shit on him.
But I'm a dragonborn. It's natural.
Should've just let me
Jesus.
die.
Whew. So that happened.
Yeah, so that was a session for sure.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Whew.
Hell in a handbasket.
Well, Jake, have fun planning for next week, I guess.
It'll
sorry.
be super easy because I can just throw out everything I had planned for this week and just start fresh.
Yeah. At least the
I can
goblin-
only, if
But
we
okay.
survive this, I can only imagine what Kren's gonna show up next time and say, "What the ever-loving fuck have you
Oh
done?"
my god.
I have a feeling we're all going to get killed, and the
So
whole campaign is just going to pivot to the goblins.
I'd be okay with that,
Have an entire
actually.
backup campaign if we all lose.
I will be legitimately sad if you all die from having just murder hoboed someone. That'd be one of the only ways I did not expect death to happen in the party.
We can seriously just get out of this if Belcax lets Cortana take the fucking fall.
I mean, let's be clear here. The only people really in danger of dying directly because of this are Belcax and Cortanas.
And maybe only Cortanas if you would let her do her fucking job. And stop treating her like a person.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Oh.
that's not going to happen.
Cortana has low self-esteem.
She knows what she did. She accepted this fate, and he won't let her accept it. So she's going to die either way if he dies.
See, again, no not believing. We got this.
Oh.
You
One
have an
reason we
awful
had
lot of faith.
Anything. It's the fucking fire breath.
I still don't see what I did wrong. I mean, I slapped him, he accepted, we threw down.
Not how it works. It's not how any of this works.
Fucking Christ!
Fucking Paylor.
I mean, his eye attack was super effective.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst knight ever.
Worst paladin ever. I just let somebody get straight up murdered in front of me.
Oh god. I got zero idea how to move forward. It's gonna take like the entire week to figure out what the fuck's gonna happen.
Wait, you know who the real
Yeah.
worst is? Paylor is the worst healing god ever.
Thor is the god of doing cleric stuff. His domains are life and sun.
Yeah.
How do you get to be a high priest of Paylor and only have 5 hit points?
I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
I know,
I'm
right?
pretty sure he wasn't an actual high priest of Pelor.
Well, no, he might have been the high priest. He just wasn't a cleric.
Actually,
So
yeah,
weird.
given he might have been the high priest of this city, but that's not saying much because, like, look
It's an
at the
administrative job.
in this city.
I
Yeah,
honestly
there's only
expected
2 priests in the city. One of them's obviously the lower one. One of them's obviously the higher one.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's what happened here. The other one just got a promotion.
It was his idea all along! Fucker.
I figured at that 5 I would have just burned all the hair off his face, which would have been hilarious.
Yeah. Commoners have 4 or less hit points. So like
They're really easy to kill.
You might have noticed that from the Goblin campaign.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's the high priest. I didn't expect him to be a plain old commoner. Especially not with as much shit as he was talking to me.
Even if he wasn't a commoner, even if he was an actual cleric, what the fuck is, like, burning his face off gonna accomplish?
Duel?
Not a duel.
Again, that is not how duels work!
Shit. In an actual duel.
Oh, shit.
That
you
is
were
not
going
how
to-
duels worked 500 years ago. I don't think it's changed that much.
Even if you were thinking it was an actual duel, a duel works by him choosing the weapons, not by you just using whatever you have on hand.
Or in mouth, as the
He
case.
chose unarmed combat.
No, he didn't.
I was unarmed.
He chose a staring contest in a way to be nice and let you out of it. And then you kept escalating.
He really
You
did.
straight up murdered him.
So tonight was fun, and I'm gonna go ahead and pimp the feedback form one more time. Give me your thoughts, general ideas on how things are going. You know, I think everything's going really swell. I got. Well, wait. We do have one other thing that we have to do before I close out the session for the
Oh,
night
God.
and go to bed and cry myself to sleep. Fulgrim, you were awarded the nomination last week. Who do you give it to this week?
Have fun.
Also terrible.
I tried. I really tried.
Yeah. But I'm actually gonna have to go with Venric for staying in character so beautifully this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also out of character, 'cause I definitely wouldn't tell you this in character, but I'm not sure if you picked up on it. But I sent a note to the guards letting them know that the priest had been murdered.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Why would you do that in character, though?
Because I actually care about the rule of law and shit. I'm not okay with people being murdered in front of
Actually
me.
lawful?
Yeah, lawful
He's an
neutral.
asshole, but lawful.
Okay, I was just surprised by that with the whole science aspect.
Science is, like, orderly.
Didn't do anything wrong with any of my
Law.
science.
He doesn't care about being nice, remember.
Yeah, I don't mind people being assholes. There's a somewhat fine line between being an asshole and burning somebody's face off.
I'm not sure how fine that line is.
Yeah,
You say somewhat fine. I mean, you could describe it in degrees of fineness, although this one's 0 degrees of fineness.
Yeah. Like, I feel like if you took one of those big ass Sharpie markers and scribbled a lot on a page, you'd find some sort of thickness that was relevant to the fineness.
Are we doing calligraphy now?
We always do calligraphy. It's what we do as a pastime. Are you not in the group? Oh my god, we meet on Thursdays.
Well, shit.
Alright, Benric, congratulations on your wonderful RP. Thank you for making our sessions great. And I actually do want to say, like, I had fun, despite this going totally off rails. It was fun getting thrown in the hot seat and just having to improv like crazy for all of this.
Yeah. And thank you for that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Amir ladies comeback was so good.
Oh man, that was some epic sass right there.
She tries. She tries really hard to do her best.
The sass lord.
Okay, guys. I will see you next Monday unless anyone has any other announcements. Go ahead and open it up for that real quick.
I don't think so.
No, I got none.
Alrighty. So, next Sunday, 7 p.m. EST. I will see you all then. I hope you have a great week.
Bye.
Later, guys.
Night, everyone.
Yeah.